SUVs and trucks. That's Marburger Chevrolet, 200 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at marburgerchevy.com.
Then we have number 18, Davion Shepard. Parent, Natalie Shepard.
The Clay Barnett Funeral Home in Shelby gives you 5 reasons to choose acclimation over cremation. Acclimation is a gentle, dignified process. It's a process that uses 95% water instead of fire. 20% more ash remains are returned to the family. It is a green process with no emissions and no harmful greenhouse gases. And acclimation prices start at $25.95, and payment plans are available with credit approval. Consider acclimation, exclusively offered by Clay Barnett Funeral Home. Online at claybarnett.com with locations at 303 Pfeiffer Road, Kings Mountain, and 1401 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. It's the 101st Cleveland County Fair, September 25th through October 5th. Plan now to bring the family out for a big night of fun. Entertainment includes the Majestic Spectacular Thrill Show, Canines in Flight, the High-Flying All-American Frisbee Dogs, the Magic of Lance Gifford, Act Monsters Chainsaw Art, and the Demolition Derby. And Right Off for Rides will be back with over 40 exciting rides. And, of course, the many food vendors, games, livestock, and other attractions. The 101st Cleveland County Fair, September 25th through October 5th. Y'all come. Why should you buy from Discovery Nissan in Shelby? Well, there's plenty of reasons. First, the selection. Over 200 vehicles in stock. Also a 3-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty on new purchases. Conditions apply. Also, the first 2 oil changes are free. And Discovery Nissan is paying a $500 referral fee. Experience the difference at Discovery Nissan, where community commitment and cars come together. 631 South Post Road in Shelby. Online at discoverynissan.com.
Fountain Electric and Services, one team, one goal, providing integrity across the region since 1946 when it comes to residential, commercial, and industrial electrical needs. And listen to this, get your vehicle running right for those road trips at Fountain Auto Tech. They can provide an oil change, tire rotation, brake check, and even a battery test. That way you get your vehicle healthy and tested. You'll leave Fountain Auto Tech with confidence. Learn more at fountainautotech.com and on their Facebook page.
It's the Slingshot Showstopper sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Get up to $3,000 customer cash on remaining 2024 models, plus 15% off accessories. Plus, it's the all-out summer sales event on all Polaris models with up to $4,000 off 2024 models and financing at 0% for up to 60 months. And save big on the Suzuki King Quad ATVs with 0% financing for up to 36 months or $1,600 in customer cash. At Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
Plans to attend a 4-year college of choice, majoring in
It is time for the KTC broadcast of Crest High School football to get underway here from Hunter Huss High School tonight, as it's the Crest Chargers on the road at Hunter Huss. Welcome into the countdown to kick off the Ingles Markets pregame show. My name is Paul Foster. The Robster, Robbie Roop, is unable to join us tonight, but it's my pleasure to welcome from the sideline to the booth tonight, and that will be Tim Foster. Tim, good evening.
Good evening, Paul. Great to be with you tonight here at Hunter Huss. Big matchup for the Crest Chargers, the 5-1 Chargers tonight, traveling to take on the 5-2 Hunter Huss Huskies, and Big South Conference action. Be our coolest night of the season as temperatures in the 60s tonight, Paul, and expected to dip down into the 50s. It's a senior night here at Hunter Huss, and the Chargers coming off a huge win last Friday night over South Point. Looking forward to a great pregame as we are about 20 minutes away from kickoff, and great to be with you tonight for Crest football right here on KTCBroadcasting.com.
All right, thank you so much, Tim. Good to have you come to the booth tonight for our presentation of this one as we carry on without Rob. And things will get a little bit quieter. Our current PA announcer is announcing everybody with homecoming, and that is coming directly in on top of our mics right now. Crest, of course, 5-1 overall. They are 2-0 in Big South Conference play. Hunter Huss 5-2 overall. They can't be overlooked. They are 2-1 in the Big South. And as we said, Tim, Crest is coming off that huge win that shocked a lot of people. Not the fact that Crest could beat South Point, but the way they did it, and that is the fact that they defeated them, as you mentioned a moment ago, 42-7. And we had a nonstop running clock, and you just don't see that when you're playing South Point.
Yeah, the Chargers, 4 of their 5 wins, they've scored 40-plus points in this 2025 season, and it was, they won every facet of the game, Paul. When you think of offense, defense, special teams, a great game for senior quarterback Eli Hamrick. Threw for a couple touchdowns, ran for a couple touchdowns. What about Jason Black at that running back position? He ran for a couple of scores, which were really big. And then you think of guys like, of course, senior receiver Michael Edwards, senior receiver Namaje Thompson had a big game. We saw a couple of big catches from Romeo Sanders. And then that defense, Paul, when you think of guys like Tavion Wisnett, who played a really good game, Javion Hopper, A.J. Davis, just to name a few. There were so many guys that stepped up, and special teams-wise, Carson Greer, a great game, 6 of 6 on extra points. So it was a really strong team effort. That was a battle last week, Paul, of the number 2 team in the state, Crest, versus the number 3 team in the state, South Point. Crest, of course, dominated. And, of course, one of the big things that came out of that game this week, Paul, is Crest number 1 in the 5A RPI. But a long way to go here with 4 games to go, including the big one that we've got tonight. The call of here at Hunter Huss.
The one thing I would say to Crest, and Greg Lloyd has been around the block for a while now, and that is that when you walked off the field at Sid Bryson Stadium 1 week ago, you had to feel very good. One of your longtime rivals, you had just really cleaned their clock, so to speak, at the end of the night. But we know that you've got a couple of next week in particular, you got a team with a losing record in North Gaston. You got a team we're still not totally sure about, even though they've got a really good record for Hunter Huss coming in here at 5-2. But Tim, you don't want to come in here relaxed and not ready to go, because Hunter Huss will hang around if you do.
Well, they're 5-2, Paul, and you're talking about a team that ranked 20th in the state. 21st in the state, and a couple polls coming in this week. You got to be ready. A lot of people are talking about avoid the letdown. And remember, Paul, I talked to a few Crest coaches this week. I thought it was really interesting that after that Weddington game, there was a lot of discussion about we've got to play tougher. There was a lot of discussion about they played a little soft, they played a little bit intimidated. I think the team, the players, and the coaching staff, that might be a game, Paul, that we look back on. We'll see how this season goes as we wind down this last month and into the state playoffs in November. But that may be a game that changed things. And when you think about this Crest schedule, Paul, I was just thinking on our drive over to Gastonia tonight, in week 1 you played the current number 6 team in 4A. Then you played the number 1 team right now currently in 3A. Then you played the number 2 team in 7A a couple of weeks later with Weddington. You're playing a top 25 team tonight in the 5A ranks, and you've still got 2 matchups, Paul, with 2 top 10 teams in 6A. So this is going to be a battle-tested team. But I like the fact that the players and the coaches took it upon themselves to refocus after that Weddington game. Tonight, can you keep that focus after a big win here at Hunter Huss?
We invite you to stay with us and to let all of your friends know, those former Crest graduates that are all over the state or maybe even out of state. Remind them they can stream this broadcast. Go to ktcbroadcasting.com. Again, that's ktcbroadcasting.com. And when you do, you'll see several logos for tonight's game. Of course, you're going to want to go to the one that shows the Chargers and the Huskies of Hunter Huss. Click on that, and then you've got the stream, and that's how we're presenting this one to you tonight. Our broadcast from Hunter Huss will continue. It's the countdown to kickoff, made possible by Ingles Markets. Low prices, love the savings. We'll talk about the talent on both sides of the football of these 2 teams when we come back here from KTC Broadcasting. Crest Chargers football is on the air.
Don't wait till it's freezing cold outside. Now is the time to get your fireplace serviced by Future Energy Company in Shelby. Say you don't have a fireplace? Well, see Woody Paget and Future Energy Company for all kinds of fireplaces and gas logs. And for those backyard cookouts, check out the Big Green Egg or Grills by Primo and the Broil Master Outdoor Kitchens. Future Energy Company, serving this area since 1983, 130 West Graham Street in Shelby, online at futureenergyco.com.
A small college town could be right for you. Gardner-Webb University is a private Christian liberal arts university in Boiling Springs that was founded in 1905. Whether you're graduating high school, transferring universities, pursuing an advanced degree, or returning to the classroom as an adult, Gardner-Webb has over 80 majors awaiting you. Become a part of Bulldog Nation. More at gardner-webb.edu. Make sure to catch a home-running Bulldogs football game through November 22nd.
Is your home or business in need of a new roof or gutters? Look no further than Gutter Guys. Gutter Guys provides complete gutter and roofing solutions in our entire area, and even in Columbia, South Carolina. With over 22 years experience, Gutter Guys specializes in metal and shingle roofing, seamless gutters, and copper works. If your roof and gutters need some attention, Gutter Guys is here to help you. No job is too big or too small. So give them a call today at 704-879-4384 for Gutter Guys. Serving the Carolinas since 2003.
Help! Help! He's back in town!
Yeah, I'm back in town, and this town is going down. It's me, Clint Eatswood, and I can't be stopped. I eat all the wood I see, and there's nothing you can do.
Someone call H&H Pest Control. They'll stop Clint Eatswood.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Stop Clint Eatswood before he destroys your home. Call H&H Pest Control and Waterproofing at 704-482-2847. Online at hhpci.com. Yes, Cleveland and Rutherford counties, there's a mobile home supply store here for you. That's H&M Industries between Shelby and Forest City, right off Highway 74 West. No matter what you need, mobile home doors, windows, tubs, showers, roofing, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, hardware, and more. Anything. See H&M Industries for your mobile home supplies. Located at 3931 Sunset Boulevard, Shelby, off Highway 74 West. Online at hmiindustries.com. Call 704-434-9900. Like them on Facebook, too. To get that high grass cut down, you need an attack cat. Like a new Bobcat mower from Hojo Outdoor Power in Shelby. Jump on that grass with a new Bobcat. Come check out their line of Bobcat zero-turn mowers with financing at 0% for up to 48 months. There's nothing like a Bobcat. From Hojo Outdoor Power, 110 Greg Street off South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Online at hojopower.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
Go! We're going down to the Honda shop. I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
Get on your Honda and ride red during the Ride Red Summer Sales Event at Honda Motorcycles in Shelby. For over 45 years, Honda Motorcycles of Shelby has been serving this area with sales, parts, and service. And now get low-rate financing during the Honda Ride Red Sales Event. Use your bonus bucks on accessories, a down payment, or the Honda Care Protection Plan during the Ride Red Summer Sales Event. Going on now at Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard. Online at HondaMotorcyclesofShelby.com.
Welcome back to the Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Ingles Markets. Low prices, love the savings, and make sure you're taking advantage of your Advantage card. We'll have a representative from Ingles Markets as our halftime guest coming up on a still to come Crest game before we get through with the regular season. Something new we've started with the great sponsor of Ingles Markets. I want to take a moment to let you know that Coach Greg Lloyd interviews are presented by the Hunt House, that is, bed and breakfast built in 1932 and lovingly restored. The Hunt House Bed and Breakfast offers guests a unique blend of history, hospitality, and modern comfort. Whether it's just for game day weekends in the region, maybe Gardner-Webb or another school, or it's a family visit, one thing I can tell you, it's going to be a peaceful getaway at the Hunt House in Lattimore, the perfect place to relax and recharge. Rob Roop unable to be with us tonight, so we want to send our best wishes to him. Even though we've not got a pre-recorded interview, Tim, you were kind enough to go down on the field and catch Greg Lloyd just a moment ago. And what did he have to say?
Yeah, Paul, I'm going to give you that information right after the national anthem that I believe is just underway.
Okay, good job by the Hunter Huss marching band with their playing of the national anthem. Paul Foster back with Tim. As we were talking, we didn't get a one-on-one interview with Greg Lloyd ahead of time, pre-recorded, but you went down and caught him on the sideline. What do you have to say?
Yeah, Paul, talked to Coach Lloyd, as we've already talked about, that focus. Wants to keep that same focus coming off the big win last Friday night over South Point. He knows Hunter Huss, they like to go to the air a little bit more this year, Paul, so they may certainly try to challenge what's a good Crest secondary without a doubt. But you got to remember, Paul, it is senior night, so Hunter Huss is going to come out fired up. This is a Huss team. Started off the season, close loss to T.C. Robertson. They do have wins during the regular season over North Meck. Anson County, they've got wins over North Gaston in Big South Conference play. Their two losses, me and Coach Lloyd were talking about, Paul, came to South Point, and of course, a big loss a couple weeks ago. And then, of course, that lost earlier in the season to, I believe, Providence. They lost to early in the year.
They lost to T.C. Robertson.
No, T.C. Robertson, excuse me, in the opener.
Yeah,
lost to Robertson early in the year and South Point. I apologize on that. So Robertson and South Point were their losses on the season, a couple of close games. As we see, the team captain's getting ready to come to midfield, and we'll find out who'll get tonight's opening kickoff. And he talked about, again, focus, Paul. That was going to be a big thing for the Chargers. Play Crest football. Keep this offense going. Can Crest get another 40-plus point night, as they've done already 4 times this year?
Our fans out there know about the Crest players pretty well if you're a regular follower of Chargers football. So let's talk a little bit while we've still got some time in the pregame show about what we know are going to be the go-to guys for Hunter Huss. When you look at their statistics, Tim, they don't impress you like Crest does with rushing yards. They definitely, number 6, Quincy Fortenberry has been a guy they've gone to through the air, and he does have, he's got most of the yards. He's over 400 yards rushing, but but they also like to go to him with the pass, and Presley, the quarterback, is not only going to try to hit him, but he's also going to try to hit Lockhart, number 5, and also Bratton, number 2. It seems like the passing game may be the bigger offensive weapon for them.
Yeah, Fortenberry and Bratton are 2 guys we're going to be watching for the Huskies tonight. And one thing I'm really impressed with, and I saw him last year, Paul, was it with Ethan Presley, the senior, 6'3", 220. We talk about, we got 2 big quarterbacks in this game. Of course, we know Presley for the Huskies, Eli Hamrick for the Crest Chargers, and he's not easy to get down. Crest defensively are going to have to make some nice plays, and that defense played well last week. Huss won the toss, Paul, and they have deferred to the second half. We just saw seconds ago there at midfield.
Yes, South Point did the same thing last week, and that didn't go so well for them as that night went along. So we shall see. It's the countdown to kickoff presented by Ingles Markets. We know Crest is going to get the opening kickoff of our broadcast, and we will come back as we get closer to kickoff time right here on this presentation of Crest Chargers football on KTCBroadcasting.com.
It's tailgate season, football fans, and at Ingles, that means it's grilling season. I mean, the grill is basically shaped like a stadium. A meat stadium. Those grill grates, kind of like yard markers. The sizzle of those delicious steaks, burgers, and dogs. The roar of the crowd. So, who's hungry for some good old-fashioned tailgate food? And a hometown victory? I know I am. Ingles. Low prices. Love the savings.
Escape the elements and get back to comfortable with James River Equipment's Back to Cool special. Step inside a John Deere 3R, 4R, or 5E 3-cylinder tractor and enjoy the ultimate operator experience. The premium cab keeps you out of the dust, dirt, and bugs, while air ride seats and quiet climate-controlled interior lets you focus on getting more done. With up to $5,000 off and 0% financing for 72 months, there's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. James River delivers. Ends 9/26/25 with approved credit from John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
James River Equipment Company, 703 North Post Road, Shelby. The Drive into Fall event is underway at Marburger, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Shelby, putting performance in your hands. Just announced, finance and get 0% APR for 72 months or $7,750 retail cash allowance toward the purchase of a brand new 2025 Dodge Charger Daytona. For details, see Marburger, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby during the Drive into Fall event.
Who's the full-service insurance agency that can process all types of insurance? The answer, Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency. They represent over 20 major insurance carriers, quality and top names like Auto Owners, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Liberty Mutual, and Travelers. Maxwell B. Hamrick, dedicated to its customers just like they've been since the 1950s, and also dedicated to Cleveland County high school football. Offices in Shelby and Boiling Springs. Manager Bill Daves invites you by.
Almost time for the opening kickoff of this one. Crest at Hunter Huss from KTC Broadcasting. Paul and Tim Foster back with you. And it is time now for our player to watch for Crest tonight, made possible by the Big E. Big E is the Upstate Carolina's complete entertainment center in Gaffney. Tim, who do you like?
Yeah, we're going to go with senior running back and wide receiver Jason Black. Had a big game against South Point last week, and we're going to keep an eye on Jason. I think he'll be a big key. See if the Chargers can try to get win number 6 of the year as Hunter Huss ball puts the ball down at the 40, and it's going to be number 43 to kick things off for the Huskies of Burson Jeanette, the junior. And we are about ready for action here, Paul.
Time for the Jammin' Jay's Pizza kickoff of the game from the 40. Jeff Walker, Mama J, and all the guys, they'll take care of you. The best pizza buffet in town, Jammin' Jay's. There is the kick. Good job. It hits at the goal line, goes into the back of the end zone, which means Crest will come out 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Jeanette, Paul's a 6'3", 225-pounder, so he's got a great leg, and we saw it there as he puts in the end zone. And, of course, that means this Crest offense will come on the field, as we mentioned, averaging close to 40 points a game. And they will start out, it looks like, Paul, in the shotgun with Eli Hamrick.
Yeah, no surprise. The big man back there to lead the offense, Eli Hamrick. The one running back who happens to be Jason Black. You've got 2 receivers to the far and near side of the spread offense as we get this one underway. Crest with the opening kick after Hunter Huss won the toss and deferred to the second half. Welcome in, by the way, to the Utility Tree Service first quarter. We're Chargers. We're better at Utility Tree Service. Wanting to go to the air immediately.
There's Edwards.
Edwards gets away from a tackle. He is across the 40. He's all the way to midfield and just barely gets into Hunter Huss territory.
You know, we've talked about all season long the yards after the catch, and we saw that Edwards caught it around the 25, broke a tackle around the 30, and he gets to midfield, a 30-yard gain to kick off this game for the Chargers, and, of course, a 1st and 10.
Yeah, that is a Mi Pablito first down. Friday nights, football fans, and Mi Pablito now. That's what we call a winning combination. Same spread offense again, faking to the back. Pass is thrown and caught by Majay Thompson. Thompson is to the Hunter Huss 41-yard line.
And not bad coverage that time by the Hunter Huss Huskies. Quincy Fortenberry, who's playing both ways, Paul. That's something we'll have to watch tonight. Quarterback and DB, gain of 7, maybe 8. They're going to spot it at the 41 of Hunter Huss.
You run 2 plays, you're already in Huss territory. They're going to go to the ground here. Here comes Black, near side of the field. Away from a tackler across the 35. They will push him out of bounds at the 32, and that's going to move the chains.
One of the struggles that the Huskies have had, Paul, against good offenses is getting that defense off the field. They've given up a lot of points defensively against really strong offenses this year, and we're talking about, again, squads such as South Point that they played during the regular season, some of those squads in Charlotte, Anson County as well as Crest has it at the 37 of Hunter Huss.
From the shotgun, a fake to Black and a quarterback keeper getting to the outside corner. Good blocking in front of him, and look at him take tacklers with him. Close to the 20-yard line goes Eli Hamrick.
We got a flag, I believe, that was thrown. Remember, last week, Paul, Crest had no turnovers and 1 penalty. Something very rare. But this one may be coming back, and let's see what the call is thrown around the 25 of Hunter Huss.
Yeah, that's our first CSI Mechanical penalty flag of the game.
There's a holding penalty.
And it is a hold on the Chargers.
On offense.
Well, that big gain by the QB is going to come back, and that'll take the ball to the 34-yard line.
Penalty. First down.
So it looks like it'll be 1st and 12 now from the Hunter Huss 34-yard line after the holding penalty, as Paul mentioned.
Yeah, not a bad situation after you have a holding penalty. You just lose a couple because you had such a big gain. Double receivers to the far side. They're going to go to the near side. Oh, my. Majay Thompson could not bring it in. I think he was thinking about going upfield before he had possession.
Yeah, he was looking upfield, and he had room to run, but he didn't secure the ball, and it went right off the top of his hands, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 12.
If you're just joining us, 10:32 to go in the first quarter. No score so far, but Crest did get the opening kick. And now it is 2nd down and 12 for the Chargers. Double receivers to the far side, one to the near side. A fake to Black. Over the middle, wide open. Romeo Sanders.
He fumbled the ball.
Did a loose football. Hunter Huss has got it.
Yeah, it looked like Paul Sanders was going to go into the end zone, and he got taken away, and we've also got a flag that was thrown, Paul, late in the play.
It looked to be a touch. Well, there's a flag.
But let's see what this flag is.
On the play as well.
Because it sure looked like Sanders, Paul.
There was holding on that play.
I thought Sanders might have been held when the ball was being thrown, but let's see what the call's going to be. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case.
Very unusual. What happened, folks, is after Romeo Sanders made the catch and dropped the ball going to the ground, the defender held him down and would not let him get up. He would have got the football.
And that might be some of the discussion here, Paul.
I hope so.
He was grabbed and held down by his foot, but we'll see if that has any.
This is a long discussion by the officials right outside of the end zone.
Yeah, head coach Greg Lloyd very interested in this, obviously, as that entire Hunter Huss coaching staff across the way. But that was thrown in that area, as you mentioned, Paul, of where Sanders was being held down. So still a long discussion going on by our crew in the end zone, and here comes the call, I believe.
Yeah, this has been a long discussion by the officials.
And we still don't have a call that's been made as of yet. We've got a holding on the Huskies.
On the defense. The recovering team.
Are they going to say, though, you already even though Huss didn't have possession yet, they did get possession.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, folks, Romeo Sanders would have had that loose football if he hadn't been held down.
Yeah, that was an interesting call, but I believe they're going to give the Huskies the ball, and it may be half the distance to the goal. They're trying to see where they're spotting the ball. But we've got a change of possession. That was a turnover, I believe, on the Chargers. So, Paul, we talk about focus there. You got to give Hunter Huss credit for stripping that ball away, though, inside the 5. But look at this. They're going to have it inside their own 5, maybe now near the 2-yard line of Hunter Huss.
That's going to be tough on Huss. Chargers were headed towards an early score. Romeo Sanders wide open over the middle, caught that ball around the 10, headed towards the end zone, lost control. Hunter Huss comes up with it. Hunter Huss gets a penalty as well.
So that was basically a 15-yarder, but they just went half the distance to the goal, and they're going to start at their own 2-yard line. Still a long discussion. The Hunter Huss coaching staff not too happy about it across the way, Paul, but we've slowed things down quite a bit here.
Another CSI mechanical penalty flag. Shelby's family-owned full-service heating and air conditioning and also commercial refrigeration business.
And this ball will be just outside the 1-yard line. No, Crest has got it, Paul. Excuse me. Wow, completely wrong that whole time.
Wow.
Let me update this. They did continue that drive after the Sanders was held, and then Malachi Gamble on the 1-yard run. We were completely confused on that ourselves. That's why Hunter Huss wasn't happy, Paul. Bottom line, we've got a Crest touchdown.
Yeah, that is a Wolfman Woods Disc Golf Club touchdown. Why don't you go play on 100 acres of woods with 2 18-hole courses as we go over to 10 for the PAT.
Here's Carson Greer after a crazy first drive. Extra points up, and it is perfect. Providing electrical services and contracting across the region. On the Fountain Electric scoreboard, it's Crest 7, Hunter Huss nothing. This is KTCBroadcasting.com.
Big game, big appetite. Swing by Meat Pablito for the ultimate victory. From sizzling fajitas to over 100 mouth-watering dishes, we've got you covered no matter your craving. How about fried ice cream, brownies, and funnel cake fries that will score big with your sweet tooth? Come see us in Uptown Shelby or order ahead at meatpubs.com. Stay connected on Facebook and Instagram at Meat Pablito Mex, because good food is always worth cheering for.
You guys having a party too?
Yeah, just having some friends over for the game. Is that safe?
More plugs, more power.
You're all ready for the game. 4 new outlets, all with USB, and the projector's hooked up to a new dedicated line.
Oh, heck no.
He likes to do it all himself, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's Bob Malarkey.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, so Crest, after we thought they fumbled the ball. We thought they'd lost the ball. The penalty gave them back the ball, and then a 2-yard rushing touchdown. And we'll give you more of a review on that, presented by Lovebirds Pizza in a moment. Now from the 40, Jammin' Jay's kickoff from Crest to Huss. They're going to take it at the 4-yard line. On the move, 15, 20, look at this, 30. All the way to the 38-yard line. A tremendous return by Monye Hayes. He's very dangerous.
Their special team, both these teams, tremendous special teams. Great tackle by Donovan Walton, that if he didn't get him, he may have been even farther and could have took it to the house. But let's see here, Paul. We may have a penalty, and we do have another penalty called on Hunter Huss. One of the reasons he had room because there was a hold, and this is going to move it 15 yards. So, Paul, we've already seen 2 15-yard penalties on the Huskies for 30 yards here in the first 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah, very interesting. Let's give you that Lovebirds Pizza, where all the pizzas are made fresh on their signature Southern-style fried pizza dough. The Chargers, a while ago, folks, only 5 plays. They went 80 yards, and after the turnover penalty gave them back the ball, they started a new series from the 2. Gamble on the 2-yard touchdown rush. Carson Greer hit the extra point, and that's how Crest is up 7-0 with 9 minutes to go in the first quarter.
And for some reason, Paul, the clock is running right now before the ball was snapped, which I'm not quite sure why that is. Clock was running during that whole play in between the kick return, and Presley setting up for this first place. So that I counted almost 40 seconds it ran off there, Paul. In between
back to the 20-yard line.
The play, and the clock is still running. So I'm not sure why the clock continues to run, but that is.
We have it. Chris is not up 35-0. We don't need a stop running clock.
No,
right
I'm
now,
not sure why the officials haven't stopped play with this unless there's some kind of a issue. And remember, there are no play clocks, Paul, in the end zones here at Hunter Huss as well.
Some of the Charger fans, and by the way, we're on the visitor side here at Hunter Huss. That's where their press box is located.
Now, and it's very possible, Paul, that the referees maybe have a different time than we do right now in this game in terms of gameplay if we've got a clock issue.
Well, I can tell you that the clock keeper was able to get the clock stopped finally.
And so maybe they did put a little time, but I think we're ready to go here with Preston in the shotgun.
We just went from 8:22 to 10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
So what a change. Somebody has just jumped off sides.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, good job. Good hard count, and that's going to be 5 yards on the Chargers. Presley
on the defense.
Got him jumping. And one good thing is good to see back here tonight, Paul, because we didn't have this young man last week. Chris Gunter back in the starting lineup, the senior linebacker for the Chargers.
Yeah, thanks for reminding us about that. So after the 5-yard penalty, the second of the night on Chargers, Hunter Huss ready. Got a slant pass.
Oh, what a shot.
Yeah, incomplete. The intended receiver for Huss was Jerry Sutherland at the 34.
And guess who he ran into? Lyric Pettis, the Shrine Bowl Duke commit, as he was trying to catch at it. Good coverage that time. But one thing that I have noticed on film, and we talked about that, and I talked with head coach Greg Lloyd, this is a Huss team that's throwing the ball a lot more in 2025.
Yeah, we look at their stats and see that. And apparently that's how they're going to in order to be successful, that's what they're going to have to be able to do. By the way, it is number 4, Ethan Presley, the QB. They got triple receivers to the near side of the field using one running back from the shotgun. Presley, they'll keep it on the ground, straight ahead, and a short gain to the 26-yard line. Only a yard picked up on that play.
Eli Black and Chris Gunter in there to make the tackle for the Chargers.
3rd down and close to 5 coming up.
Paul, a couple big games in the Big South we didn't even talk about in our pregame, but we were going to talk about in this first quarter. Of course, Keys Mountain, Ashbrook, a big one tonight at Ashbrook and South Point, already up 6-0 over North Gaston. That's the 2 other games in the Big South tonight.
Yeah, we'll be definitely keeping our eyes on that one as much as possible tonight. We've got my son, Jaden, J-Man Foster here that always provides us with updates on the scores. He is on duty tonight as well. So back to work will go Presley and this offense for Hunter Huss. They're in their all dark blue uniforms tonight with the light blue numerals. Up the middle running a big one here. A first down and more to at least the 33-yard line.
Yeah, a little bit of a delayed handout. Good blocking by that Huss offensive line to get the first down. Got 8 and a nice job up to the Hunter Huss 34-yard line and a big first down on 3rd short, and they really opened up a hole that time.
Their first down of the game, a Mi Pueblito first down. Don't forget your favorite Mi Pueblito favors, no huddle required. You can order online at mipubs.com.
Another big game going on, Paul, over in Lincoln tonight. One of the biggest games in Lincoln in quite a few years. Lincoln up 7-6 over Shelby. Huge conference matchup. Could be for the conference title there tonight.
In the spread, man in motion as well, coming from far side to near side. They're going to go to the run again, and Crest is going to eat it up.
What a play.
Gain.
Yeah, what a play by Nehemiah Raekwon Parker, the 6'2", 200-pound senior defensive end. And it's going to be a 3-yard loss. And, boy, did Parker really get in there that time, Paul, to make the tackle.
Yeah, the little running back is Anthony Tate. They've used him several times on this series. He wears number 1. He is a senior for the Huskies of Hunter Huss. This game is in Gastonia tonight, the first time Crest has been on the road in a number of weeks. Crest with a 7-0 lead with 7:44 clock running to go in our first quarter here on KTC Broadcasting. Second and long, nobody in the backfield except the QB. Presley looking. He's going to let a short pass fly, incomplete at the 40.
Yeah, had a receiver there, but
intended for number 6.
And guess who? Parker again knocks it away, and good job as he's in that secondary. So it's 3rd and 13. This is what you want if you're the Crest defense. But you got to watch Hunter Huss. We've talked about the big play ability that we've seen from them this season. Let's see what Crest does here defensively as we see the senior quarterback Presley getting the play call in from the sideline.
On that last play, the intended receiver was Quincy Fortenberry. He's got 66 carries for 454 yards, almost 300 yards in receiving this season.
And the Huskies is a 3rd down.
And we've got a stoppage in Crest. We got a sideline warning.
Sideline warning.
Yep, everybody on Crest has been asked to back up a little bit.
And yeah, a lot of that's not a favorite, but right in the middle of a 3rd down play, a lot of people are not happy that the whistle blows right as the play happens there, Paul.
For the Huskies.
All right, so there you go. We'll restart this play, and again, it's 3rd and 13 for Hunter Huss. Ethan Presley takes the snap. Presley on the run, looking, going to let it fly, and he's going to overthrow his intended receiver, Fortenberry.
Intended for Fortenberry. That's going to bring up 4th down.
So it'll be 4th and 13, and I can't imagine that the Huskies will keep the offense on the field, Paul. Looks like they will bring in their punting unit. Good coverage that time as he had plenty of time, but Crest was in a big-time prevent that time. Sat Point's up 13-0 over North Gaston. No surprise there. Red Raiders, Paul, you're talking about even after the loss, still number 3 in the RPI this week in 5A.
We have, just to let our audience know, because the crowd is always important to us, but we're pretty well probably most of the night going to drop that crowd mic down to a very low level because it just so happens that the PA feeds in terribly. The speaker is right on top of where we are at the press box, so we don't want the PA announcer shouting out every time we try to let you know what's happening. Here's the Big E punt of the pigskin. It is going to back up Edwards. 35, 40, near side of the field. He's to the 50. They got him from behind.
You know, Paul, we haven't talked a lot, or you and Rob have talked a lot about it, but I just should say I want to reiterate the amount of return yards that Crest has had, not to mention touchdowns on punt returns, kick returns. This third aspect of the game for Crest special teams has been really good in 2005. Another example, great field position for Crest at the Huss, 46.
It always helps you when you start an offensive series on your opposition's side of the 50, and that's what Crest is doing right now on 1st and 10. Plenty of time for Hamrick. Thrown high. Sanders goes up and gets it. He's brought down immediately, but that'll move the ball to the Hunter Huss 41-yard line.
Yeah, Sanders did a good job to bring that in, as you mentioned, a little bit high, able to get about 5. So maybe 4 or 5. They're going to spot it at the Hunter Huss 42. So we'll say 2nd and 6 from the 42 of the Huskies.
You got one tall quarterback who's 6'5", going to a 6'4" receiver. Not bad. 2nd down for the Chargers.
It's Edwards.
Yep, Edwards is taking it, and he breaks a tackle inside the 35, and they will finally blow the play dead, but not until he ends up at the Hunter Huss 34-yard line.
So Michael Edwards, that was a pass play because he tossed it to him in motion. And it will be another first down, as you mentioned, Paul, another Me-Pubs first down.
Most certainly, and the Chargers will take it as they are on the move, trying to see if they can come up with some more scores. 6:13 to go. A fake to Melton. What's Hamrick want to do? Looking to want to pass. He'll throw it along the sidelines. Got Majay Thompson.
The ball's loose.
Thompson.
No, they're going to say he's down.
Oh, thank goodness. At the 25-yard line.
One thing that I've noticed, Paul, we've already seen it one time. Every one of these Huss DBs, well coached, they are trying to strip that ball.
Yeah.
Every time Crest is going to ball security by these receivers after the catch. Going to be crucial. Huss doing a good job. They've already stripped one, almost got another one right there. But a gain of 9 to the Huss 25.
All they need is 1 yard to pick up a first down. The Chargers with Thompson to the near side. One receiver, two to the far side. They'll keep it on the ground. Here comes Jason Black. Running to the corner. 15, 10, 5, and push from behind. He goes out close to the 2-yard line.
Ended up over there near R.J. Roop, who is in the stadium. Good to see R.J. here tonight. Getting some highlights for KTC, and it's going to be first and goal, as you mentioned, after the nice run from our player to watch tonight for the Chargers, Jason Black. Ball is going to be at just outside of the 2-yard line as Crest trying to score on their first 2 possessions of this game.
Another Mi Pablito first down for the Chargers.
They're in the Wildcat, Paul.
Yes, they are. Is it going to go to Edwards? Yeah, Edwards going to the right corner. He is able to walk his way into the end zone for the Wolfman Woods Disc Golf Club touchdown.
I tell you, we hadn't seen the Chargers as much in the Wildcat in
Touchdown, Chargers.
25. It's a 13-0 lead. So 2 offensive possessions, 2 touchdowns. Chargers keep that offense rolling. And it is time, Paul, for another Cleveland Community College sideline report. Gaining valuable skills in 10 weeks or less at Cleveland Community College. Here is Carson Greer. 13-0 lead. Can he make it 14-0? There's a snap. Kick is up. And it is good. Kickstart your vehicle's health with Fountain Electric's Fountain Auto. On the Fountain Electric scoreboard, it's Crest 14, Hunter Huss nothing. This is KTCBroadcasting.com.
I want you to love your plumbing as much as I love mine. That's why I want you to call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. It's fall of the year, and Olmsted Plumbing is excited about prepping for the fall season. Changing weather always triggers broken water lines and stopped-up drains. It's also time to winterize your home, service your well pump system, clean your gutters, downspouts, and storm drains. For an ounce of prevention or a pound of cure, call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. 828-245-7302. Offices at 470 Washington Street in Forest City and now at 1204 South Post Road in Shelby.
Some people say there are doers and there are dreamers. But what's wrong with a little dreaming, especially when it's shared? With hard work, little dreams grow into big ones. At Kubota, we know that your work never stops, and we're inspired by those who dream. But our equipment is built for dreamers and doers, like you. Kubota, built for those who do.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive, Kings Mountain.
There goes one of those hard kicks from Carson Greer going into the end zone, even though one Anthony Tate thought about getting his fingers on it, but he let it go past him at the 1-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Huss at their own 20. Let me quickly let you know on the scoring recap presented by our friends at Lovebirds Pizza. And, of course, that's Walter Hull and his wife. Only 5 plays, 46 yards, and then the 2-yard Wildcat touchdown by Gamble.
Yeah, so the Chargers have started this game, Paul, 80-yard touchdown drive, and then the 46-yard touchdown drive, and a great way to start is the Huskies and Ethan Presley, 1st and 10 from their own 20.
All right, so the second time of the night, Huss is on offense. Taking their time here with the triple receivers to the far side, but they're going to keep it on the ground. Nowhere to go up the middle, so trying to go to the outside goes Anthony Tate, and there is a flag at the end of this play as Tate was being driven out of play.
And I'm wondering, Paul, if they're going to call a late hit on the Chargers. It was right at the sideline, so not sure exactly if that will be the call.
Yeah,
they may have called a helmet-to-helmet as well, but it's going to be on Crest. I see the head official pointing over that way. He's going to they're going to call a personal foul on Crest. So apparently they hit him a little bit late, and we talked about we'd seen a couple of 15-yarders on the Huskies. It's the first one of the night on the Chargers, and that's going to move it all the way to the Hunter Huss 41-yard line after the penalty.
Yeah, so you get 21 yards out of that late hit, whatever kind of hit it was along the sideline over there. It's a CSI mechanical penalty flag, and it also gives Hunter Huss only their second Mi Pablito first down of the game. Just over 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Crest Chargers lead 14-0. The quarterback almost didn't have control of that snap. He gives it to Anthony Tate. Tate running straight ahead, and Tim, he was lucky to get a yard.
Yeah, that's because he ran into Chris Gunter, Paul, who was so good to be back out there. Really remarkable that they held the Red Raiders to 7 points without Gunter in last Friday night. It was really a great team effort defensively, and Chris in there to make that tackle, and they're going to spot it just across, as you said, Paul, the line of scrimmage, second and a long 9 from their own 42.
This is the Utility Tree Service first quarter of tonight's game, providing free quotes, and you can visit and learn more on their Facebook page.
Huge matchup not far down the road here, Paul. 7-0. Kings Mountain strikes first over Ashbrook.
Thank you for that update. Triple receivers all on the near side this time. Again, they want to go to Tate, though. Tate going to that corner and finding a hole and takes it all the way to the 49.
I tell you, it looked like he may go down around the 45. Good balance and agility to get another 3 or 4 yards and bring up a third and short. Got about 8 yards out of that.
He's not been their overall leader in rushing, as that has been the likes of certainly Fortenberry and also Mackin's number 3 as well. But he's contributing tonight. And we got to remember this team is 5-2, so they have won some games. Third down and short, about 2 yards needed, with the senior Ethan Presley running the offense, QB in the backfield. He wears number 4. Straight ahead they go at the Chargers across midfield to the 49-yard line.
And he'll have it.
Mi Pablito first down.
And again, Paul, that little hesitation handoff, Crest hit him around about 1.5 yards short, but he was able to get some extra yards and fought and got the first down across to the Charger 48 in Crest territory for the first time tonight.
Glad you're tuning in tonight for our live stream on KTC Broadcasting of the Crest Chargers. They're at Hunter Huss and Big South Conference play tonight. So far, Crest 14, Hunter Huss nothing on the Fountain Electric scoreboard. This time, 1 receiver to the near side, 3 to the far side, and again, that one back Tate in the backfield with Presley, the QB. Got one of those receivers in motion. He's going to go to that receiver, near side of the field, behind the line of scrimmage, spins his way inside the 40, 35, 20, 15, 10, 5, and it appears that Fortenberry has taken it to the house for a Hunter Huss Wolfman Woods touchdown.
Fortenberry went in motion, Paul, got it around the 47 and broke a couple of Crest tackles and headed down the sideline. And again, we talked about that speed, those athletes out in space. That's where Huss had success. You knew they would come out ready to play tonight, Paul, and they're right back in this game. It's a 14-6 Crest lead, and a great job there on that pass, but yards after the catch.
Wolfman Woods Disc Golf Club touchdown. Grab your disc and bring your friends, and hey, meet me in the woods in Lattimore for some great fun. Time for a Cleveland Community College call of the PAT as we go right back to Tim.
Yeah, and there was a long discussion after that touchdown run. Not sure what that was about. We've got an injured player, Paul, all the way in the far left corner of the end zone. So that's why head coach Greg Lloyd was upset, because they were getting ready to snap that, and that is a Charger that's got in a lot of pain. We're talking almost on the track.
Wow.
To the far left portion of the back of the end zone, and I can't see who that is, but that ended up being a tough play on a couple of fronts. Huss got the touchdown catch, and the Charger player who is in a lot of pain. Now we're seeing quite a few people that are looking at him along with the trainers at the 2:35 mark of this first quarter. 14-6 Crest lead, but everything is stopped because we've got a injured Charger. And I tell you, Paul, head coach Greg Lloyd not happy about something at the end of that play, because he had a few words with the official as he was headed over to check on the injured Charger.
I can't quickly tell everybody. We'll just go ahead and give you the Lovebird's Pizza recap of the score. Hunter Huss very fortunate They went 5 plays, and they had the 48-yard touchdown pass, and they went to the guy that's been red hot for them this season, Quincy Fortenberry. He did all the work as he goes, Tim, over 48 yards because he actually caught that ball behind the line of scrimmage, the pass play. He already had close to 500 yards receiving coming in, almost 300 yards in rushing as well. And that was his 7th touchdown of the season for Hunter Huss, and they've made it a ball game now. It's 14-6.
They really have. Great catch and a great play, and the concern right now is the injured Charger. And, again, we have not been able to pick up a number, Paul, because there's so many individuals around him. I see our good friend Trey Albright, who will be giving us our stats tonight at halftime and post-game.
We have not been able to pick up who the injured player is, and while we've got a stop in the action, we're going to take a quick break and hopefully come back to get you to the extra point attempt and more as our coverage continues.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul, before we go to break, and this is not what you want to see, that is Lyric Pettis.
Oh, man.
He is standing up, but you're talking about a big-time player for the Crest Chargers, and he is slowly walking, but he's in a lot of pain, and you don't want to see that with any of the Chargers. But you're talking about a key part of this defense, and he's standing, but he is really moving slow.
Okay, now that he is standing, we may be getting close to where we will have the extra point attempt. So we'll just keep it right here, and we'll go to a break from some of our great sponsors in a moment.
He's getting a big hand as he is slowly coming back to the Chargers sideline, and he's
one of our Shrine Bowl players.
He's a Shrine Bowl player. He's an all-state player, Paul, a tremendous defensive player, and he is certainly in a lot of pain as he is just trying to stand over there, but he's good to see him walking. Looks like that right leg, something happened at the very end of that play.
Yeah, and Oberson Janet, by the way, the junior kicker, is the main kicker for this Hunter Huss team that will be out there getting ready for this PAT here in just a moment for Huss.
Yep, and they'll get ready to see if the Huskies and Janet can cut it to a 7-point Crest lead. Here comes. It is good to see him walking back towards the bench area. And he is coming to the sideline. All right, here is the extra point attempt. There's the snap. Kick is up, and it is good. Be ready when the next big storm hits with proper lighting and surge protection by Fountain Electric. It's now Crest 14, Hunter Huss 7. We're right back on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Serving the foothills for over 100 years, S&C Fuel Delivery, formerly Lutz Petroleum, is your reliable source for delivery of diesel, gasoline, propane, lubricants, and heating oil, straight to your tank. Pumps are open to the public for fill-up. Delivery available in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida. S&C Fuel is locally family-owned and veteran-operated, committed to keeping our community running, trusted by homeowners, farms, and businesses. Office located on Oakland Road in Spindale. Schedule your next delivery with S&C Fuel at 828-286-3419. It's an end of summer clearance sale at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby. Come see how easy it is for you to be a satisfied customer. On the lot right now, take a look at a 2011 Audi for $89.95. How about a 2014 Volkswagen Jetta Sports Wagon for $11,995? S&R Auto Sales has a 2017 Honda Ridgeline, $13,995, and a 2012 Volkswagen Beetle, bright red, $10,995. See the inventory online at srautosales.com. S&R Auto Sales, 417 South Post Road in Shelby. Like them on Facebook, too.
Majay Thompson takes the kickoff from inside the 5. He is now sprinted out to the 35, across the 40, and they're going to not let him get any further as they actually back him up a little bit. Looks like he will be out at the 39 or maybe the 40-yard line. A great return of the Jammin' Jay's kickoff. Jammin' Jay's Pizza, located off of Highway 74 in Shelby behind KFC.
I tell you, Thompson ran a long way that time, Paul. Went all the way to the right side, cut back to the left side, and ends up they're going to spot it actually at the 40 is where the Chargers will take over after that great touchdown pass from the Huskies that time to cut it to a 14-7 lead.
2:15 to go in the first quarter. Crest with a 7-point lead of 14-7 as they go back on offense. Here's a little reverse. Gamble going to Melton. Melton across the 45 to the 47-yard line.
And what a block by Eli Hamrick, who was leading the way on that. That was a reverse. And Eli just leveled one of the linebackers, a gain, as you mentioned, of about 7. But Huss did a good job of closing up that hole a little bit, as it looked like initially Melton may have a little more. So it'll be 2nd and 3 from the 47.
Eli Hamrick in the familiar shotgun, a handoff straight ahead, breaking his way through tackles and to
Gamble.
A first down and into Hunter Huss territory will go that young man who was the starting rusher at the beginning of the season, as Tim mentioned his name, Malachi Gamble.
Second quarter score now, Paul. Kings Mountain 7, Ashbrook 7. I think a game that could come right down to the wire tonight. Two great football teams in 6A.
Thank you so kindly for that update. A fake to Gamble out of the flat, pass caught, but immediately Majay is wrapped up. But he does get just inside the 45 of Hunter Huss.
Great tackle that time by Fortenberry. You're talking about a great player, Paul. These Huss defenders, great athletes, as we talked about, and he wrapped up Thompson quickly after a gain of 3. Ball spotted at the Huss 44.
Hamrick this time looking over the defense, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper. He cuts from the inside, outside, and gets to the Hunter Huss 36-yard line.
One thing we have seen tonight, Paul, like we've really seen, to me, ever since that Weddington game, Crest dominating at the line of scrimmage with that offensive line. Great blocking, good hold there, another first down, and as you mentioned, now at the Husky 36, 1st and 10.
Friday Night Lights, football fans, and Mi Pueblito. That's great, authentic Mexican food. Now, that's a winning combination. Another Mi Pub's first down for the Chargers. And we're down to under 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Crest 14, Huss 7. Pass out of the flat. It is called by Michael Thompson. Far side of the field. Breaks away from the tackle inside the 25. He'll be pushed out very close to the 20.
Mike Edwards, yards after the catch. Nice catch. Broke away, and we'll see. I think they'll have time maybe to get one more play with 15 seconds, or maybe not now the clock starting back. Crest does not have to run another play, and they've got great field position here at the 20 of Hunter Huss.
That was a huge gain, by the way, of 16 yards on that last play. They get the ball off before the clock runs out. They're going to keep it on the ground. There's Gamble. Look at Gamble tear through.
He's just running over people. The ball's loose.
The ball's loose, and it is in the back of the end zone.
Did Crest get it?
I think so. Is it a touchdown?
It looked like he may have got it to me in the back of the end zone, Paul, and they're going to say he was out. He was out.
The ball was out, which the ball did not look out, but apparently they're saying when he got on top of it, half of his body was out of the end zone. So
yeah, we've got an injured Husky as well. So what a wild way to end the first quarter, but that's the second time, Paul, that we have seen the Chargers as we end this first quarter, and we've got a hold that was called on the Chargers, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Huskies will have it at their own 20, and Paul, Hunter Huss has come to play tonight. Crest now, another missed opportunity in the red zone there.
On the Fountain Electric scoreboard after one quarter of play, Crest 14, Hunter Huss 7. We'll be back with the second quarter on KTC Broadcasting.
Experience, quality, and guaranteed service. That's what you get from Shelby Transmission Specialists. They do straight drives and automatic transmissions. They can repair and rebuild transmissions, and they sell parts as well. So if you have transmission trouble, see the experts, Hal, Lau, Billy, and Danielle at Shelby Transmission Specialists, 734 Nally Drive, just off Highway 226 North in Shelby. Call 704-482-8756 for Shelby Transmission. Before the big game, head to the Substation 2 for the best subs in town. And they're local folks just like you, serving Shelby and Cleveland County since 1978. The subs are so good at the Substation 2. And now delivery is available by Uber Eats and DoorDash. Just call 704-482-1220. Again, 704-482-1220. From subs to salads and more, it's the Substation 2, 611 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 8:30. That's the Substation 2 in Shelby.
Time for the second quarter. Quarters are sponsored by Utility Tree Service. They like to remind everybody we're Chargers, we're better, providing free quotes, Utility Tree Service. And Tim, as we come back, Crest, another score gets away from them as the ball was, or the body of Gamble, the ball or his body was out of the back of the end zone, and Huss has got the football.
Well, they also called a hold on Crest, so but it was a turnover, the first of the night for the Chargers, and it's 1st and 10 Huskies. Big turnover in the red zone, and again, Crest a little anxious, Paul, 5 more yards, and we talked about, again, we mentioned focus after that big win last week. Right now, Crest has lost a little bit of that as the Huskies, after a big scoring drive, they've got it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line, and we mentioned, remember, in the first quarter, both of us, Paul, Huss was trying to strip that ball away. They were able to do that with Gamble and got the big turnover.
Yeah, we certainly don't want to give them any help, and that's what's going on right now with Huss now. 1st and 5 at their 25-yard line. Ethan Presley continues to run the offense. Nobody in the backfield.
Oh, we got movement.
Except the QB, and you're right. We've got a CSI mechanical penalty flag. The offense jumps the gun.
Both teams a little bit anxious as we start this second quarter. So you think about the Chargers, Paul, they've had 3 possessions. They scored on 2 of them, and then on that last possession, had it, Gamble heading right into the end zone. Looked like they may score a 3rd time and had the turnover. And you got to give Hunter Huss credit.
So the Huskies will bring, this time in the formation, triple receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side, and again the quarterback by himself. This pretty well means they want to go to the air unless the quarterback decides to run the ball. Looking, staying in the pocket, throwing, and he's got his man caught at the 30-yard line and wrapped up right there.
I tell you, Presley, Paul, is able to roll out, and he's got plenty of time to throw it. Trying to see who caught that ball that time. Was that... I believe it was Sutherland, number 13, the junior.
Yeah, it was.
At another first down. You think about the Huskies here. They can go down, get a score. We have got a tie football game, and after getting down early 14-0, Hunter Huss playing some great football right now as the ball spotted there on 33.
Crest is in a fight here tonight. Huss has given us their best so far early in the second quarter. Again, Presley from the shotgun. The running back is with him this time. He's going to go out, and his receiver is not going to be ready. The ball was also underthrown to Lockhart, incomplete at the 37.
And I've been trying to keep my eye, and I see him right down here, Lyric Pettisball, sitting on the trainer's table, and you wonder with that injury he had if we may not see him back in this ball game tonight, which is a big loss for that Crest secondary, but we'll keep an eye on that. As you mentioned, that throw passed on a little bit high, 2nd and 10.
Coming up at the half, we'll have the Gardner-Webb University halftime show where we'll recap this first half. We'll also have stats provided by our good friend Trey Albright. Triple receivers this time to the near side, 1 to the far side. Running back, though, is going to take the handoff. I believe that was Anthony Tate, and he was lucky if he got a yard.
Good pursuit by a Charger defensive line. Several Chargers in there to make the tackle, including Khalil Clark. Devaris Surratt was in there as well, and it's going to be 3rd and long and a big 3rd down here. Let's see if this Crest defense can get the stop and get off the field.
It is going to be 3rd and almost 10. Barely getting anything, the running back on that last play. Let's see if the Crest defense can stand here and get Hunter Huss off the field on 3rd down. Quarterback looking, going to come out here to the far side, and just a bad throw, and the intended receiver was Fortenberry. We saw what he did when he made that touchdown run a little while ago. Incomplete, it'll bring up 4th down.
Good coverage that time, and they had a little bit of pressure that time on Presley. The Crest defensive line did, I should say. So the punting unit will come on the field, and Hunter Huss, who after getting the turnover to end the first quarter, will have to punt.
Time for the punt of the pigskin presented by the Big E. Remember, they're in Gaffney. They got the game room, the laser tag arena, and the 8-screen movie theater. And here is Janet awaiting. He is the kicker for Hunter Huss, awaiting the snap. He's got it. There is the kick. And it is not going to go far. It's high, though. It's going to bounce.
Needs to let it go, yeah.
Yep. No return here. The ball will be downed at the Crest 42.
So this is a big offensive possession for the Chargers, Paul. You've got the 14-7 lead early in the second quarter. Ball security is going to be important here. We've seen the offensive line play really well. Really? I'm sorry, go ahead. No, I was just going to say they've really controlled the line of scrimmage, but it's that secondary of Huss that has really made their bigger plays defensively.
They have, and what I'm thinking with plenty of time to work with in this second quarter, I feel like Crest, and I think they need this before halftime, Tim, I feel like they need to get down there and get another score.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Here we go, out of the flat. It is Majay Thompson on the catch. And he's not going to get far. He gets across the 45. He'll be down at the 46.
Quick pass out there, but good coverage again by as we mentioned, that secondary of the Huskies.
At the same time, we'll take the 4 yards as we move on that first down play. A big hello to the Robster Robbie Roop, who would usually be joining us on the broadcast, not able to be with us tonight. Our best wishes with him. Majay's in motion, and he's going to take the pitch from the far side of the field, and he is going to come across the Crest sidelines to a big gainer as he takes it to about the 35 of Hunter Huss.
That's a pass play, Paul, on that kind of pitch pass play. They'll spot it at the 35 of the Huskies, and Crest trying to go fast here.
I've got Crest unofficially with their 8th Mi Pablito first down of the game after that one. Here's a pass out of the flat, quickly caught by Edwards, and my goodness, great coverage by Hunter Huss. Edwards will lose a yard or 2.
And great coverage that time immediately to make the tackle. Number 5, O'Brien Lockhart, the 6'1", 160-pound junior. Crest is going to lose a yard. It's 2nd and 11 now from the Husky 36.
Eli calling out the signals and also looking to the Crest sideline to get some details. Again, Crest is giving a warning about backing up on the sideline.
This time it's 5 yards. Yep. And that's again, one of the officials, he got Paul, he got a couple of the Crest assistants on that, and Greg Lloyd not happy. And again, we talked about, Paul, things a little bit different sometimes in the Big South when you go on the road. It's 2nd 16.
So you lose some yardage. You're back to the 41. Again, you're in Huss territory. You fake to the running back. What's Hamrick want to do? Plenty of time.
Wide open.
He's got Edwards at the 31 and then makes his way inside the 25.
We got a flag in the Crest backfield, Paul.
This play is probably going to be coming back.
They're going to call a hold, and all of a sudden, we talked about last week that Chargers had one penalty last Friday night, which was very rare in the Big South. But here they come tonight, and it's going to be backed all the way up to the Crest 49, and it is 2nd, Paul, and about 25 for Crest.
Yeah, that one hurts right there as that takes it all the way back across the 50. Crest back in their own territory where it'll be 2nd down and very long from their own 49-yard line. You're listening to our coverage of the Chargers on KTC Broadcasting. We're streaming tonight on ktcbroadcasting.com. Paul and Tim with you on the broadcast from Hunter Huss. 2nd down and 25, by the way, on this next play. Eli wants to go to the air, looking, going to let it fly, and overthrows at the 30 of Hunter Huss, intended receiver Michael Edwards.
He had Edwards open, but led him just a little too far, and it's 3rd and long. And I tell you, Paul, this is a big 3rd down play we talked about. Since the end of that first quarter, you kind of felt that momentum swing. You know, it's hard to win on the road in the Big South, and right now, the Chargers looking at a 3rd and very long, and Hunter Huss Ball's got to feel very happy with where they're at in this ball game right now.
It seems like it's been a slow-moving first half. We've still got just over 8 minutes to go. We've been playing football 50 minutes now, and the Chargers will, if they can't get the first down here, will most likely be punting it back to Hunter Huss. Eli Hamrick, they're going to keep it on the ground. Across the 50, 45, but no further than the Hunter Huss 44. And by the way, that is Redmond that's come into the Crest backfield.
First time we've seen Redmond get the carry, but it's 4th and forever, and you're on that part of the field, Paul, where I think Crest, even though they're looking at about a 4th and 18, they're keeping the offense on the field risky. Let's see if they may punt this one or will they take a shot.
If they don't get it, think about where Hunter Huss will have the ball. They're only down by 7. Crest 14, Hunter Huss 7.
They are going to punt it.
Yeah, Eli Hamrick will punt it. We've seen them do that many a time.
Yeah, look at that, inside the 5.
Yeah, they're letting it roll as far as it'll go to about the 2-yard line.
Great job. And remember, Eli has got a pretty good little leg himself at 6'5", Paul. And that's where the Huskies will keep it. But, Paul, what about this Hunter Huss team tonight? I think a lot of people, of course, they looked at last week's score. They may have thought, oh, Crest will roll. They may have heard early in our broadcast tonight, 14-0. Crest is going to roll again. Not so fast on that scenario as Hunter Huss is right in this ball game. Crest leads at 14-7 on our Fountain Electric scoreboard, but the Huskies will have it 1st and 10 from their own 4-yard line after the punt.
A long way for Hunter Huss to go. If you're the Crest defense, if you can force them to punt it, possibly out of the end zone, that would be real good for your team. Hunter Huss 1st and 10, just barely about their 3-yard line. And they're going to keep it on the ground here. Trying to cut the outside corner. Very little room for Anthony Tate as he goes off the field by that Crest defense.
Yeah, he got to maybe the 5, so it'll be 2nd and 8. And if you're the Chargers here, Paul, you want a 3 and out and get the possibility of some really good field position.
So a 2-yard pickup on that play, and that will bring up 2nd down and 8.
6 minutes to go first half. Big thanks to J-Man Foster. Now Shelby 13, Lincoln 13. Good one. What about that Lincoln program, Paul? They're back this year. It's good to see.
Yep. When Shelby and Lincoln met many years ago, it was always 2 great quality programs playing, and they had barn burners, and that may be what we've got going again tonight with that game, and that is on 101.5 FM of KTC Broadcasting tonight, by the way.
And I thought Huss moved a little early, but let's see what the call is.
Yeah, we got a CSI mechanical penalty
Or did we get a timeout?
We think we do.
Timeout.
All right, so we've had a timeout on the field, and we'll take it as well on the Fountain Electric scoreboard. 7:27 to go in the second quarter. The Chargers 14, the Huskies 7 on KTC.
Since 1988, the Transportation Administration of Cleveland County, also known as TAC, is the nonprofit agency and operates demand response services for non-emergency medical transportation in this area. It also has a fixed bus route that is provided in the city limits of Shelby, and it is free. For more information, call the Transportation Administration of Cleveland County at 704-482-6465. Again, 704-482-6465. Visit the website at tacshelbync.com. For 17 straight years, Via Health Partners has been voted #1 in hospice. There's got to be a reason. Via Health Partners provides exceptional care. The comfort of their patients is their top concern, and that's why they offer hospice care wherever a patient calls home. Via Health Partners is there where you need them and when you need them. Find out more by visiting their website at viahp.org. Again, viahp.org. Voted #1 in hospice for 17 straight years. Via Health Partners, founded as Hospice of Cleveland County.
We're back at Hunter Huss. The Crest Chargers on the road tonight in Big South Conference play. Out of the timeout, here we go. Huss with 2nd and 8. Ethan Presley, quarterback, taking his time here. And finally, he'll take it. He's going to pass it. Got a receiver open, making a move, and they'll get across the 10-yard line, and I believe it might have been Fortenberry on the reception.
Yeah, that little quick pass out, trying to get athletes out in space, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 just across the 10-yard line for the Huskies. Big 3rd down here.
This is going to be a big play in our game right here because Huss is deep in their own territory. They need 3 yards for a first down. The Crest defense would love to force them to be facing 4th down here in a moment. Triple receivers to the near side, one to the far side. They're going to keep it on the ground.
Nothing.
Lucky if you got a half a yard. Certainly, you're short of the first down.
And to give a lot of credit, Paul, to big number 54, Navaje Guest, the defensive end who was in there, made a great play, and it's 4th and 4 for Hunter Huss. And here comes their punting unit. And you would think here, Paul, as we see both Edwards and Thompson, the return men, they are inside the 50. And certainly if you're the Chargers, Paul, you want to get that ball back and try to get back up maybe a couple possession lead here late in this first half.
Let's see how Oberson Janet, the junior punter, does right here for Hunter Huss. He needs a good snap, and he needs to get that ball off because if Crest somehow gets their hands on that football, this could be dangerous. Time for a Big E punt of the pigskin. And from the 1 yard line, the punt is off.
Good kick.
And it's Majay Thompson with it. From the 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5.
It's coming back, Paul. They're going to call a hold on the one player that could hold back there with Thompson, and that was Surratt. They're going to bring it all the way back. You have talked about multiple times now that Crest has had twice a touchdown brought back. And had the official saying he grabbed him, Paul. We saw him just show exactly what the Chargers did. So what would have been a big score comes back, and this is going to move it. It happened at midfield, ball, so it's going to move it all the way back into Crest territory. Block in the back. They're going to move it to the 47, and that has got to be close to the 5th, 6th penalty of this first half for the Chargers. Really negated a great return by Thompson.
Yep, neglected what would have been a touchdown is brought back.
And some of the Crest faithful, Paul, not too happy down below us.
A lot of penalties and more penalties for Crest than Huss in this game. Here's a quarterback keeper by Eli trying to break to the outside corner. He does.
Great run.
Yeah, to the 44 of Hunter Huss.
Going to get about 8. And we've got a Huss player slow to get up, but he is getting up.
Crest has got 4 minutes and 40 seconds. The clock is running, so they've got plenty of time to work with before halftime. They have a 14-7 lead, and they're back in Huss territory. 2nd down and 2 coming up right here.
There's Radman.
And it is going to be Gamble, I believe, on that carry.
Is that? Yep, you're right, Paul. Excuse me. It is Gamble back in. My apologies. A nice run by Malachi.
Yep, he's going to get it to get Crest, I should say, to the 37-yard line. And the real good news is you've also got a new set of downs. They've got a Meepub's first down.
Remember, Hunter Huss will get the ball to start the second half, so they want to get that stop defensively.
Eli Hamrick from the shotgun, a fake to Gamble, a quarterback keeper, gets behind some blockers, goes outside.
He's still on his feet.
Inside, and he gets to, I believe, about the 25 of Hunter Huss.
Boy, he's just running over blue jerseys there around the 30 and just kept pushing. Again, a lot of people forget, a 6'5", 223-pounder, the Virginia commit, and you saw his strength there to get another Crest first down just inside the Huss 26, 1st and 10.
Another Meepablito first down for the Chargers. Man in motion. There's that flip to Majay Thompson coming from the far side to near side, and he will go down, and good tackle by Huss. They won't let him get any further than the 21.
Crest just keeps moving the ball really, Paul, between the 20 and 20 of this field, but they've had a little bit of some issues finishing a drive or two, but they're on the move again, 2nd and 5 at the 23 of Hunter Huss.
See what they want to do here. They'll go back to Malachi Gamble, and Gamble is going to find some room right behind his offensive line. He's going to be to the Huss 15-yard line.
We talked about controlling that line of scrimmage. The Chargers have done a nice job of that. again here tonight. Can they finish this off and extend this touchdown lead?
Their 11th Mi Pablito first down of the game was just picked up. Quarterback keeper again. Look at Eli Hamrick busting through. What
a run!
It is a Wolfman Woods Golf Club touchdown.
He just ran over again a couple of Huss defenders into the end zone, and he is fired up. What a touchdown run. What a Wolfman Woods touchdown run by senior quarterback Eli Hamrick to make it 20-7 Crest.
Remember, they've got two different courses, the Wolfman Run and Nobby's Revenge, and they're open daily in Lattimore at Wolfman Woods Disc Golf Club. Time for a Cleveland Community College PAT. Here's Tim.
All right, and wait a minute. We've got a whistle, and this could be another Crest penalty, and it is for early movement, because Carson Greer was going to try to make this and he'll get a shot again to make this a 2-touchdown lead. Good to see Crest back up 2 possessions.
9 penalties against Crest.
I told you, last week we mentioned 1 penalty, no turnovers. So far, 9 penalties and 1 turnover in this first half for Crest. So they're going to back it up 5 yards, make it a little longer for Greer. By the way, Paul, the holder is Silas McCurry. He's the long snapper. Here we go again. McCurry the snap. Greer the kick. It's up, and it is good. It hit the left goalpost, Paul, but this time it went inside the post.
Yeah.
Kickstart your vehicle's health with Fountain Electric's Fountain Auto on the Fountain Electric scoreboard. It's now Crest 21, Hunter Huss 7. This is KTCBroadcasting.com.
There might be other Coyote tractor dealers in the area, but there is only one that stands above the rest, and that's Weston Sales in Vail. There's a reason they have been one of the top-selling Coyote tractor dealers in America today. Some reasons could be quality of service, friendly people, and yes, price. They will not be undersold on a new Coyote tractor. There's one waiting for you, Coyote and Weston Sales, synonymous in the tractor industry today. See them at 110 Highway 18 North in Vail, online at westonsales.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
We'll come right back and let you know that on the Lovebirds Pizza scoring recap, Eli Hamrick, quarterback keeper, he took tacklers with him, and he ran over a couple, by the way, 15 yards. All pizzas are made fresh on that signature Southern-style pizza dough. So good, Lovebirds Pizza. Look for the food truck. And now from the 40, the Jam & Jay's Pizza kickoff from Carson Greer back to the Hunter Huss Huskies. And he's going to drive this one into the end zone again. Hunter Huss will come out 1st and 10 on their own 20.
Great job there by Carson Greer, and what a job by Eli Hamrick. He kind of ran over about 4 or 5 Huskies on a couple of running plays. Let's give you a couple of big scores, Paul. Scoreboard update. Late in the second quarter, it's now Ashbrook 17, Kings Mountain 7. As Ashbrook looking to stay unbeaten tonight, and at the half, Shelby leads Lincoln now, Paul, 20-13, and Ashbrook win tonight, Paul. If they're able to hold on, we go to 7-0, which would be one of their better starts in quite some time.
And thanks to Kevin Hastings, we'll have a lot more scores coming up to tell you about during our Gardner-Webb University halftime show.
Got another one for you as Presley gets ready to snap this first down play. Now South Point up 34-0 now on North Gaston. Again, big thanks to J-Man Foster.
I noticed how Hunter Huss was setting up their offense a little different for a moment. They had 2 backs in the backfield. One went back into a wide receiver's position. The pass is to Fortenberry, and, man, they ate him up quickly, maybe a yard.
They tried to fool Crest by moving some guys, Paul, across the field as that ball was being snapped, but it didn't. And guess who was in there? Chris Gunter made a nice tackle from his linebacker position as he got him down right at the line of scrimmage. I tell you, they were trying to fool Crest, and they had it initially. Gunter really snuffed that out and made a nice tackle.
So good to have Chris Gunter back in there. We know after the game a few weeks ago, he was thrown out of that game.
Forest View, yeah.
Yeah, Forest View. Thank you, Tim. And that stopped him from participating in the huge South Point game last Friday night. 2nd down and 10 for the Huskies. One of the receivers is in motion, coming from far side to near side. They're going to keep it on the ground here and hold everything. We've got flags on the play.
We got a delayed game, and a lot of the Crest fans are upset, Paul, and I can tell you why. They feel like Huss is getting all the time in the world on the play clock. They're getting as much they're getting more than the normal 40 seconds, and that time they were caught by the back judge, which will be a 5-yard penalty. Seem to be getting all the time in the world to get a playoff here in between plays, and some folks are upset about it.
Here's the other thing. Us as announcers, the play clock's not working. It's not on. So no wonder the officials, if you don't key in all that and know, Tim,
oh, yeah.
and I don't know if there's another one in another part of the stadium, but that's no wonder they've been getting more time.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an issue. Speaking of Forest View, Paul, Hunter Huss beat Forest View 32-29. That was last Friday night. That game ended up being a lot closer than people thought.
That was a surprise. Wanting to go to the air, it's Presley. He will throw it, and he knows he's in trouble, and he just has to pretty well throw it away. I think the intended receiver might have been, again, Jerry Sutherland.
We've got another flag thrown over near the Hunter Huss sideline. And will this be early movement? Will it be a possible pass interference call?
Well, the thing about it, Tim, is it's our back judge, referee that's back behind the Crest defense that happens to be spotting these penalties.
Yeah, they're going to call movement on Huss, and Crest is going to decline it because that's going to put Hunter Huss in a 3rd and 15. And, of course, head coach Greg Lloyd, Paul, Crest has scored on 3 of their 4 first-half possessions. He wants that offense back on the field. Big 3rd down coming up.
One of the things we do, thanks to the sponsorship of Cleveland Community Colleges, Tim, is usually when we have Rob here, is our sideline reporter, our eyes and ears on the field, so he usually grabs Coach Lloyd at halftime. We won't be able to do that since he's up in the box tonight, but regardless of who wins this game, you will go
I'll
down.
get him in the post game, yeah.
Absolutely.
I got permission pregame, by the way. I wanted to make sure, you didn't want to mix it up too much. And Coach Lloyd always so kind to give us that access this season.
So a little over 2 minutes to go in this first half. Hunter Huss needing a big play. It's 3rd and 15. Presley wants to go to the air. Is he going to run it out of there? Now he'll let it fly and overthrows his intended receiver, and that was Fortenberry and tight coverage at the 40.
And what a job by Devari Surratt, Paul, another Shrine Bowler. You talking about Surratt, he's really picked up his game over the last 3 or 4 weeks, and a great job by that defense. Gave up that one big play, but other than that, Paul, this Crest defense has played good tonight in the first half of play. By the way, Paul, I want to send you early happy birthday wishes. You got a big birthday coming up this weekend, and I've heard that you may be in your 60s. I've heard 50s. I am going to have to check out a birth certificate later after the broadcast tonight.
Yeah, well, I think you've got one of those ages very much wrong, but we won't talk any more about it tonight. As back into this game for the punt of the pigskin presented by the Big E, Upstate Carolina's complete entertainment center is Janet. There's the kick.
There's Thompson.
Thompson's got it at midfield. Gets away from a tackler. He's inside the 40. Yeah, he breaks another tackle. He gets inside the 30, and guess what? We've got a penalty flag.
And I hope there was a late hit. Trey, right over there near Trey Albright, Paul. Thompson was hit 7 yards out of bounds. I saw something go flying in the air. I don't know if it's a flag or what it was, but we've got 2 flags because we've got one back behind the play as well. So let's see what we got here. This could be offsetting.
I was hoping this would finally work in favor of the Chargers, but I'm not so sure.
And I'm glad that Trey's all right because he got leveled over there with all the action that was going on near the sideline.
Yeah, the official statistician for the Chargers, and he provides those notes to us, and a big key member of supporting and raising money and support for Crest
And he also
football.
just handed the side judge his hat. So kudos to Trey for that, and he didn't say anything to him.
He does it all, Trey Albright.
They've got a face mask on the Chargers, and then we've got, on Huss. We've got 2 personal fouls on Hunter Huss here, Paul.
A lot of flags there.
Yeah, we had a face mask, and I believe we had a late hit. And look where the ball's going to be all the way inside. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 7. Great chance here for Crest to extend this 2-touchdown lead.
You're talking about a break. The Chargers have a chance to go up by.
And they're in a power set here.
Yes, they are. Hamrick will remain in the backfield.
That's Edwards.
Snap will go to Edwards. Hamrick's blocking for him. Edwards takes it in.
He's in.
He's got it, folks. The 7-yard Wolfman Woods Disc Golf Club touchdown it is.
And what about Eli Hamrick, Paul? Not only is he running over guys when he's got some of these quarterback keepers throwing it well, he was leading the way on that in that Wildcat snap and the blocking along with a couple of other Chargers, and it is a 27-7 Crest lead.
I tell you what, it was a tight game for a while, but here in the late part of the second quarter, Crest is really taking over.
Here's Carson Greer for the extra point attempt. Snap is good, kick is up, and it is perfect. Be ready when the next big storm hits with proper lighting and surge protection by Fountain Electric. It's now Crest 28, Hunter Huss 7, and we're right back on KTCBroadcasting.com.
2 locations to serve you. That's Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal, located at 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and now at 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal will buy your junk car or even your house and come pull your own parts. New additions arrive every day. Admission fee is $2. They also buy copper, aluminum, steel, cast iron, tin, and brass. See the king of parts. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal. Open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Online at autopartsupull.com and see their page on whatsupshopper.com. Like them on Facebook too.
Who scored there?
I'm Paul Foster. I'm with Tall Tim. Robbie Roop unable to be with us for the broadcast tonight. Crest on the road at Hunter Huss. And now Crest with a 28-7 lead. Only 1:45 left to go until halftime. Here's Carson's latest kick. And into the end zone again. It looked like Tate was thinking about returning it, but hey, you're standing in the end zone. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 20.
I'll tell you, Paul, as we were mentioning during the break there, between us and J-Man Foster, Huss didn't do them any favors there when they had back-to-back personal fouls. That ended up being almost a 20-plus yard penalty that moved the ball inside 1st and goal at the 7, and Crest took care of business on the Michael Edwards Wildcat touchdown, and Crest in control with Huss still having a little time. Remember, they'll get the ball to start the second half. Let's see what Huss does here late in this first half.
You just gave us our scoring recap presented by Lovebirds Pizza, and that is Walter Hull and his wife. And look for the food truck and enjoy some great pizza. By the way, only one play after all the penalties. It set Crest up 1st and goal at the Huss 7. He went in, of course, from 7 yards out. Short pass.
Oh, what a shot.
Yeah, the receiver couldn't hang on.
Oh, my word. Chris Gunner just laid the wood.
That was Hayden Bratton, the intended receiver, and he was still trying to get his hands around the ball. He drops it, and he takes a hard hit, as you mentioned.
He had it initially as you mentioned, that time with Lockhart, but not for long when hit by the senior linebacker.
Not long ago, folks, it was Crest 14, Hunter Huss 7, and it stayed that way for a while. But, Tim, thank goodness Huss never could get any more points on the board. It's been all Crest.
Crest defense has done a good job.
2nd down and 10. Presley wants to go to the air. He's looking, and he is in all kind of trouble. He almost threw an interception.
Hey, boy,
wow.
He was hit. It's not a sack. I believe he just lost it. He was able to get enough forward motion in the pass ball for that to be an incomplete pass. But, boy, did he take a shot again. And, one of the things when I went back and, again, was that Gunter. Yeah, he is a wild man out there tonight. And when I went back and watched that South Point Crest film, Paul, Crest not only dominated all 3 facets, they were hitting hard defensively. We didn't see that as much in the first quarter. We're starting to see it now late in this first half.
Again, the PA announcer's speaker right on top of our broadcast equipment and everything, so our crowd might picks it up a little bit too much, so that's why we're keeping that turned down. We'd love to hear the Crest fans. They're below us. The cheerleaders are doing their thing, but again, it's loud. So anyway, 3rd down and 10 coming up here. Huss needs a big play. Triple receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, and of course Presley in the backfield. Looking, got some blocking. Now he gets hit, and that means that pass is going to be underthrown and incomplete.
There are 3 Crest bodies on top of Presley that time, and a couple of them in there, and give a lot of credit, Paul. Big number 40, Eli Black, who's had a solid game. And what about this Crest defensive line, Paul? They have really stepped up. They gave up remember that big pass play that Huss had that cut it to 14-7. Since then, Crest has really dominated the line of scrimmage defensively.
You know who else was in there? A guy by the name of A.J. Davis.
Yes, another talented player for the Chargers who's having a great year. And, Paul, there's still time here. Crest has got timeouts. They've got 134. Greg Lloyd's thinking about more points here. There's no doubt about it.
It has been a long first half, so we're going to be glad to get to our Gardner-Webb University halftime show. A lot to recap for you. It's time for the latest Big E of Gaffney, punt of the pigskin. And barely.
I think he may have got blocked. He did get blocked.
The
Crest has got it.
Crest has got it along the Hunter Huss sideline and driven out close to the 10-yard line.
Somebody got a hand on it.
Wow.
And I'm trying to see who picked it up. It went straight in the air, may have went 3 to 4 yards. And I believe, Paul, it was Donovan Walton, the senior, who picked it up. And again, Crest is going to have a great chance. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, they have scored on 4 of their 5 possessions, and they will start 1st and 10 at the Husky 13. And, Paul, they could really put the Huskies in a big hole here if they score late.
This is a very dangerous time for the Hunter Huss Huskies, and we've had a warning to the Hunter Huss side.
Yeah, we've got a lot of their some of their folks are coming off the sideline themselves, upset about something. But Crest, great field position here. It looks like Gamble's back there, Paul, with Hamrick.
From the 12-yard line, 1st down. Here's that end-around play, and here comes Majay Thompson. He cuts the corner. He's inside the 5, and he will take it in for the Wolfman Woods Disc Golf Club touchdown.
Paul, was he ever touched there? I don't believe he was.
He may not have been. What a great block he got on that corner.
He got a great block, and he just exploded to the sideline, to the corner of the end zone, and as Paul mentioned, another Wolfman Woods touchdown. And what was just a 14-7 game about 8 minutes ago in game time, all of a sudden it's 34-7 Crest Chargers.
Grab your disc and bring your friends and meet me at Wolfman Woods Disc Golf Club. Back to Tim.
Here's Carson Greer, 5 for 5 right down the middle, providing electrical services and contracting across the region. On the Fountain Electric scoreboard, it's all Crest now, 35-7 lead over Hunter Huss. This is KTCBroadcasting.com.
In Cleveland County, you might see me at a local sporting event, the Cleveland County Fair. We might cross paths at the grocery store or at the next benefit. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local professional when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on most. I'm Bert Kostner. Call me at 704-482-2436 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote. And to learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. Be sure to ask for me, Bert Kostner, 704-482-2436.
Call Bert Kostner, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent.
Check out the Big E Gaffney, Upstate Carolina's complete entertainment center, located at Exit 90 on I-85 near the Gaffney Outlet Marketplace, complete with a large arcade where you can test your skills on some sensational game selections. The Big E also provides an 8-screen premium movie theater featuring new releases, and it's the perfect spot to host a birthday party. There's even a 16-lane bowling center, a snack bar where, man, the pizza's so good, plus laser tag, mini golf, and a massive indoor playland. Find out more at thebigEgaffney.com.
We come back and another scoring recap. Man, we've had a lot of those in the second quarter, presented by Lovebird's Pizza. And this time, after you get great starting position again because the punt was blocked, the ball went in the air, Donovan Walton came down with it, and from the 12-yard line, you snap the ball one time. What do? You do that little pitch to your end, your wide receiver, and there goes Majay Thompson, 12 yards, the latest Crest touchdown. Crest 35, Hunter Huss 7.
Huskies will start 1st and 10 at their own 20, and Crest now in control at the 1:19 mark of this first half.
This is going to be a long uphill battle for Hunter Huss for the rest of this game. Pass thrown and hits the ground first, a little short. Lockhart, the intended receiver.
Paul, think about the starting field position we've seen tonight. Huss most of the time, 20, 25, 30. Think about Crest. They started one possession at their own. The first possession was their longest when they went 80 yards, but really from the midfield. The Huss 45. The last 2 possessions, they started at the Huss 7, the Huss 13. You can't give this offense that shorter field.
And a reminder, by the way, with 3:12 to go in the second quarter, it was 14-7.
Yeah,
Think about that.
Yeah, Crest has scored 3 scores in game time in about a 2.5-minute stretch. But that's what this offense can do, Paul.
Yeah, and help from special teams and the defense, too. Presley.
It's Dodger!
Got us play! 10-5! Touchdown, Chris Costa!
He stepped it right in the air and took take it to the house. What a game for this young man tonight.
Crest is on fire, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at Gunner, Paul. He's running. He's putting on a. He is fired up. Good thing you took that helmet off on the sideline.
We don't need to lose Chris Gunner again. I'll tell you that.
The officials would not have been happy if that happened over on the field, but he is fired up, and so are the fans.
If I'm the coaching staff of Hunter Huss, I don't even put the ball in the air anymore for a while because this is turning into devastation.
But
for
Paul,
the
think about
team.
28 points in just a little over 2 minutes of gameplay for Crest.
We're gonna talk to the Robster in the days and hours to come. We're gonna talk to Trey Albright and some other Crest historians. Have there ever been a Crest team as the extra point? Didn't mean to take up your time. Extra point by Cleveland Community College. Good. And we'll keep it right here.
Keep it here.
I want you to think about this. I wrote it down here.
It's unbelievable.
That touchdown that put us up 21-7 came with 3 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the second quarter. Now we've had another touchdown, and another touchdown. That is 4 touchdowns, and there is still a minute 05 to go in this quarter.
I think if I'm Huss, Paul, I might just want to take a couple of knees and head into halftime because this was a Huss team. It looked like they may take this to a tight game in the second half, and all of a sudden it went in the other direction. By the way, Paul, Crest, 61 straight games now they've scored in double figures. And what about 81 straight games now since they've been shut out? And it happened quick here tonight, and it went from being a really competitive first quarter and a half to Crest taking over this ball game as Carson Greer will get ready to kick it off. 42-7 now.
I had to pick up some of that crowd. I had to bring up that mic because the fans for Crest are on the side of the field we're on, which is the visitor side. And this just pure joy going on right now to see their team with this.
And I think we may have, Paul, we got a stoppage of play. We may have a candidate or two for player of the game here tonight already.
Yeah, we've still got another half of football to be played. We'll take a quick break while we've got one here. Just over a minute to go until halftime. Crest is in command, 42-7 on the Fountain Electric scoreboard. It's KTC Broadcasting.
Bradley's now is a bucket truck. What does that mean? That means they can now install outdoor signs, even outdoor lighted signs. Talk with them about designing, creating, and installing your new sign. And of course, see them for logo designs, vehicle lettering, banners, magnets, trophies, plaques, acrylics, t-shirts, and more. They are now truly your one-stop shop. Bradley's, 2522 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at bradleysinc.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
We're back live. A minute 5 to go in this half. A long first half, but what the last couple of minutes have meant to Crest football has been almost historic with 4 touchdowns and a lot of it having to do with special teams and defense. This is another kick by Carson Greer into the end zone. Hunter Huss will start again at their own 20.
You know, Paul, we talked about all 3 facets of the game. That's been an area that really has kept Crest maybe from getting in recent years, when I say recent years, maybe the last decade since they played in that Western Championship game back in 2015, really hadn't had it in all 3 facets of the game. This team has shown, and we've seen certainly glimpses of what they can do. 42 last week and that 42-7 win over over South Point tonight against Hunter Huss. We certainly didn't think, Paul, with 3.5 minutes left that Crest would have 42 at the half, but it has just been a wild last 3 or 4 minutes as Hunter Huss has it first and 10 at their own 20.
If you're Hunter Huss, just try to eat up some clock. Don't give the ball back to Crest again because they're like a machine right now when it comes to getting points. Presley wanted to go to the air again, and he's going to overthrow the intended receiver.
Defense.
Yeah, that was Lockhart, the intended receiver, and who was on that coverage?
Dakota Smith.
Yeah.
Stride for stride. That is a great job by your DB there.
I've been talking about it what seems like forever, but we will eventually move into the Gardner-Webb University halftime show to recap this first half at Hunter Huss.
And we're still seeing, Paul, the Huskies going to the air. Presley, that was the first turnover of the night on that interception touchdown. First turnover of the night for Hunter Huss, I should say.
Hunter Huss is certainly having their problems right now as the Chargers are putting together, again, another total game Not just doing it on offense, getting points in various ways. Presley from the shotgun. Looking, got some time, lets it fly, and now he's just out of sync. His receivers were not even turned around when he threw the football.
And I tell you, the thing you got to think about here, Paul, if you get another third down incompletion, Crest is still, I mean, we're talking 57 seconds. They would have very possibly have this ball inside Huss territory. I don't know. It's very interesting. I know you're down 42-7. You get the ball to start the second half. This will be an interesting third down call from the 20 of Huss.
This has been almost a 90-minute first half, and that has a lot to do with Hunter Huss continuing to go to the air and not coming up with anything. They look they're going to do the same thing, 3rd and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Presley looking. Should he run? He'll throw it, and he is just out of sync. Yeah. He throws it 10 yards beyond his receiver, incomplete at the 50.
I tell you, he threw some good passes, Paul, late in that first quarter into the second quarter, including the big touchdown pass to Lockhart, but he is completely out of sync right now, and this Crest defense is a big part of it. And guess what? Here comes the punting unit, and Crest plenty of time, and they got a couple timeouts left.
I'm going to save some of my notes, and I know Trey Albright's going to have all the stats, but as I go back over the scoring summary, we'll do it at halftime. I'm going to tell you about the sequence of Crest from 3:12 to go in the second quarter to just over a minute to go. What happened with 4 different touchdowns, enabling Crest to now have this 42-7 lead.
Yeah, pretty remarkable as we are seeing Jeanette come out to punt, or Jeanette, I should say, from inside the Huss 10-yard line.
Oberson, Jeanette, as you have corrected me on that, will kick this one off, and it will be Michael Thompson from the 40, 45, already into Hunter Huss territory, and he will take it all the way to the Hunter Huss 40, if not a little further than that.
I think they may have gave him inside the 40 for Mike Edwards, who's had a great game. They're going to spot it at the Huss 36, and Paul, the way Crest is scoring, this is an eternity with 40-something seconds.
Now, we will have a running clock in the second half, won't we?
Well, we certainly will right now with this 35-point lead, and Crest wants to add a little more to it.
And they could easily do it the way they've been moving the football. 42 seconds to work with. Crest with the one running back in the backfield, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Melton!
Dropped it.
Yep, he was wide open, and that's rare we see that.
Yeah, he's probably got as good a hands as anybody on this Crest offense, Paul, but just couldn't bring it in that time.
You know, the other significant thing about this, Tim, even when we've not had a turnover or we had the interception, we had the block punt, we had various reasons that gave the ball to us, but the offense has started on that side of the 50 many times tonight, too.
Yeah, and that's been a big difference in this ballgame. Just can't give this offense this kind of field position.
Here goes Hamrick, wanting to go to the air again. He's got some pressure coming after him, the defense, and he'll just throw this one away along the Huss sideline.
Good pressure that time. Good job by that Huss defensive line to force him out. He was looking for a long pass to Brock Melton, but he was covered well downfield.
Well, that is a rare situation we've seen in this game tonight. It is 3rd and 10 for Crest. However, the ball's at the Huss 36-yard line. I'm looking forward to getting some updates on the other big games tonight, including Kings Mountain and Ashbrook, and, of course, Shelby and Lincoln.
Yeah, some huge conference matchups.
I got to feel they're closer than this game.
It's a trick play, Paul.
Yeah, Melton. He's got Edwards inside the 20 to the 15-yard line.
Halfback option went to Melton, who found Edwards downfield, and Crest calls a timeout. Plenty of time, and you definitely, if nothing else, in Carson Greer field goal range.
Well, you got to remember, Melton he can do so many things for you, and he's also our backup quarterback.
Yeah, he's got a great arm, and you saw him step back, caught it, fooled that Huss defense as we are in the timeout. Crest, I believe, has maybe 1 left. They're going to spot it at the Hunter Huss 15. And can the Crest Chargers, if they score here, Paul, could put up 35 points in a 3-minute game time stretch. I'm not talking about 3 minutes altogether, 3-minute game time stretch.
Let's mention one of our sponsors in this break. It's worth a stop in Lattimore for the incredible homemade food at the Depot Cafe. The Depot now serving dinner Monday through Thursday until 7 p.m. Steak, fresh seafood, they've got great sides and more. The Depot still offers lunch Monday through Friday and even on Sundays too from 10:30 until 2. They also provide takeout at 704-434-5200, 704-434-5200. Pick up your order and also the new catering. The Depot Cafe in the heart of Lattimore. Out of the timeout and ready to go, Eli Hamrick of the offense. Eli going towards the end zone. He's got his man. It's Melton, and Melton busts off of the tackler. He's in. We've got another Wolfman Woods Disc Golf Club touchdown.
What a last 3.5 minutes of this first half by this offensive machine here late in the second quarter. It is 48-7. Crest Chargers. Chargers have scored 5 of their 6 games. I should say they've scored 40+. And we are ready for another Cleveland Community College sideline report and a Carson Greer extra point attempt. This one is not going to make it as it goes a little bit to the left. Kickstart your vehicle's health with Fountain Electric, Fountain Auto. Now on the Fountain Electric scoreboard, it's Crest 48, Hunter Huss 7. This is KTCBroadcasting.com.
Your Train dealer for Cleveland County and the surrounding areas is CSI Mechanical. And right now, Train is offering some great fall specials, like up to $600 in rebates for qualified Train air conditioners and furnaces, up to $2,000 on qualified Train heat pumps, and up to $1,200 for other eligible expenses, like electrical upgrades for heat pump installations. Find out more. Call your local Train dealer, CSI Mechanical, 704-600-6267. Online at csimechanical.com, located at 410 South Post Road in Shelby.
Scoring recap presented by Lovebirds Pizza. All pizzas are made fresh. The signature Southern-style fried pizza dough. This time, Hamrick to Melton. 15-yard pass. Extra point, no good. Crest, 48-7.
Great job by Brock, who caught it around the 3, broke a tackle, and dove into the end zone. Tremendous athlete.
Here is the Jammin' Jay's Pizza kickoff from the 40, and he'll drive this one to the back of the end zone again. How much does Carson Greer mean to this team?
He is huge, Paul. He is such a weapon that Crest has not had in almost a decade. Such a big facet, and we're seeing that tonight. You think about 6 of 7 on extra point attempts in this ball game, and then the kickoff so huge because, again, with the way this Crest defense is playing, Huss going to start at their own 20-yard line, and if I'm them, Paul, I just think I take a knee here, but they may stay on the shotgun and try to throw this ball down 48-7 now.
Very little time until halftime of a long first half. I think our longest of the broadcast season so far. It's after 9 o'clock. Here's a run, and no gain on that play trying to run to the outside corner. And that may be our last play finally of the first half.
That was Tate on the run, and that will wrap up this first half of play.
Well, this has been crazy, especially in the last 3 minutes of the second quarter. On the Fountain Electric scoreboard, we go to the half with Crest with a commanding 48-7 lead over Hunter Huss. The Gardner-Webb halftime show coming up next from KTC Broadcasting and our coverage of the Crest Chargers.
The service specials in the service department at Marburger Chevrolet have been extended. If you missed out, you've still got time. Check out their Super Saturday Oil Change Special. Regular $79.95, but now just $59.95 Saturday mornings only. Also, North Carolina inspections are just $10 every day. Looking for a pre-owned vehicle? Prices started at $9,900. Ask about 0% APR financing on new cars, SUVs, and trucks. That's Marburger Chevrolet, 200 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at marburgerchevy.com. The Clay Barnett Funeral Home in Shelby gives you 5 reasons to choose acclimation over cremation. Acclimation is a gentle, dignified process. It's a process that uses 95% water instead of fire. 20% more ash remains are returned to the family. It is a green process with no emissions and no harmful greenhouse gases. And acclimation prices start at $25.95, and payment plans are available with credit approval. consider Aquamation, exclusively offered by Clay Barnett Funeral Home. Online at claybarnett.com with locations at 303 Pfeiffer Road, Kings Mountain, and 1401. Cleveland Funeral Services in Shelby is proud to serve the people of Shelby and the surrounding communities with traditional funerals, memorials, celebrations of life, cremations, prestige collections, and grief counseling services. Managed by veteran Dean Vincent, who is proud to serve our country and proud to serve you in your time of need. Cleveland Funeral Services, 2518 West Dixon Boulevard, Highway 74 West in Shelby. Online at clevelandfuneralservices.com. Why should you buy from Discovery Nissan in Shelby? Well, there's plenty of reasons. First, the selection. Over 200 vehicles in stock. Also a 3-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty on new purchases. Conditions apply. Also, the first 2 oil changes are free. And Discovery Nissan is paying a $500 referral fee. Experience the difference at Discovery Nissan, where community commitment and cars come together. 631 South Post Road in Shelby. Online at discoverynissan.com.
Fountain Electric and Service is one team, one goal, providing integrity across the region since 1946 when it comes to residential, commercial, and industrial electrical needs. And listen to this. Get your vehicle running right for those road trips at Fountain Auto Tech. They can provide an oil change, tire rotation, brake check, and even a battery test. That way you get your vehicle healthy and tested. You'll leave Fountain Auto Tech with confidence. Learn more at fountainautotech.com and on their Facebook page.
It's the Slingshot Showstopper sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Get up to $3,000 customer cash on remaining 2024 models, plus 15% off accessories. Plus, it's the all-out summer sales event on all Polaris models with up to $4,000 off 2024 models and financing at 0% for up to 60 months. And save big on the Suzuki King Quad ATVs with 0% financing for up to 36 months or $1,600 in customer cash. At Full Throttle Power Sports.
Don't wait till it's freezing cold outside. Now is the time to get your fireplace serviced by Future Energy Company in Shelby. Say you don't have a fireplace? Well, see Woody Padgett and Future Energy Company for all kinds of fireplaces and gas logs. And for those backyard cookouts, check out the Big Green Egg or Grills by Primo and the Broil Master Outdoor Kitchens. Future Energy Company, serving this area since 1983, 130 West Graham Street in Shelby, online at futureenergyco.com.
A small college town could be right for you. Gardner-Webb University is a private Christian liberal arts university in Boiling Springs that was founded in 1905. Whether you're graduating high school, transferring universities, pursuing an advanced degree, or returning to the classroom as an adult, Gardner-Webb has over 80 majors awaiting you. Become a part of Bulldog Nation. More at gardner-webb.edu. Make sure to catch a home-running Bulldogs football game through November 22nd.
It's finally time for the Gardner-Webb University halftime show of Crest at Hunter Huss. Crest with a commanding 48-7 lead. We'll break it all down for you. Paul Foster back with Tall Tim. Robbie Roop not with us this week, so Tim's going from the sidelines to the booth. And, as we go back over this, just an incredible last 3.5 minutes of the first half for the Crest Chargers.
Yeah, excuse me, Paul, no doubt about it. The Crest got out to a fast start, 14-0 lead. And I know you're going to go over that scoring summary, but you got to give a lot of credit. Late in the first quarter into the second quarter, Hunter Huss really got back in the ballgame, had a couple of nice plays, including a big touchdown pass. Their defense was playing well. And it looked like, Paul, when Crest went up 21-7, but 3 minutes ago, that, hey, Huss would be right in this ballgame going into the half. But then the Chargers, man, they did it in all three facets of the game. A big block punt, an interception return, a big kick returns, short fields, and they took what was a fairly close game and took complete control to get this 48-7 lead.
I don't have the official count. I know you'll get that momentarily from Trey Albright. But this is even happening with Crest having either 10 or more penalties.
Yeah.
That's been a factor. Well, it's happened a lot, but it's not been a factor of keeping them off the scoreboard.
No, and that's another thing that makes it pretty remarkable what they did in the first half. With the penalties, they had the one turnover as well. And so it just shows you the balance on this offense, especially when they got a short field. But that defense of Crest helped set up some of those short fields offensively. And, Paul, they took advantage of it. Let's get a couple of scores. Third quarter score, though, a good one going on in Lincoln in 2020. Shelby and Lincoln tied at 20. It was Cherville in the first half, leading East Gaston 14-7. Kramer had a first half 7-0 lead on West Lincoln. 17-7 third quarter. Ashbrook now leading Kings Mountain. East Lincoln 16-0. Paul, that East Lincoln trying to go. East Lincoln squad trying to go 8-0 tonight as they're in control of Fred T. Ford. South Point led North Gaston 34-0 in the third. Bandy's 19-15 over North Lincoln. South Point 46-0 over North Gaston. And Community School of Davidson had a 28-7 lead over Lincoln Charter. Paul, in that first half of play, and Paul, whenever you're ready, I do have those first half stats for both teams.
Yeah, hey, you're welcome to keep on trucking. Go right ahead, and thanks to Trey Albright.
No doubt about it. What about Crest? What about Eli Hamrick? 14 of 18, 161 yards, 2 touchdowns in the first half for the senior quarterback. Rushing-wise, Crest 14 attempts, 144 yards rushing. In the receiving department, Majay Thompson, 7 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown. Mike Edwards, 5 catches, 71 yards. Malachi Gamble had 4 carries for 38 yards. Michael Edwards had 2 carries for 10 yards. What about the Chargers, Paul? Along with those 11 first downs, they had 8 penalties for 65 yards, 325 yards of offense in the first half of play. What about Hunter Huss, Paul? This says a lot right here.
Yeah.
4 of 19 passing, 65 yards, a touchdown, an interception for Presley. He did have the touchdown pass, as we remember, to Lockhart. As far as or Fortenberry, 3 receptions, 53 yards, and the touchdown. Hunter Huss 6 penalties, 53 yards, and just 86 total yards of offense in the first half of play. And let's make sure that is, I believe, all of our. We've got a few more stats here that I want to just throw you away. He's got the scoring summary, which you have, but those are our stats. Excuse me, Paul, so we'll go back to you.
Okay, thank you for recapping that. And that's good to hear on what's been a super night. So we will have the scoring summary, and we'll get to that when we come back. Let me just make a note that I'm glad to say that I was a little off. I'm glad to hear 8 penalties instead of 9 or 10 against Crest. Nonetheless, that was a factor earlier in our game before the scoring machine got started. So we'll come back on the Gardner-Webb University halftime show and recap more of Crest and their commanding 48-7 lead here at Hunter Huss when our live coverage continues on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Is your home or business in need of a new roof or gutters? Look no further than Gutter Guys. Gutter Guys provides complete gutter and roofing solutions in our entire area, and even in Columbia, South Carolina. With over 22 years' experience, Gutter Guys specializes in metal and shingle roofing, seamless gutters, and copper works. If your roof and gutters need some attention, Gutter Guys is here to help you. No job is too big or too small, so give them a call today at 704-879-4384 for Gutter Guys, serving the Carolinas since 2003.
Help! Help! He's back in town!
Yeah, I'm back in town, and this town is going down. It's me, Clint Eats Wood, and I can't be stopped. I eat all the wood I see, and there's nothing you can do.
Someone call H&H Pest Control. They'll stop Clint Eats Wood.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Stop Clint Eatswood before he destroys your home. Call H&H Pest Control and Waterproofing at 704-482-2847. Online at hhpci.com. Yes, Cleveland and Rutherford counties, there's a mobile home supply store here for you. That's H&M Industries between Shelby and Forest City, right off Highway 74 West. No matter what you need, mobile home doors, windows, tubs, showers, roofing, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, hardware, and more. Anything. See H&M Industries for your mobile home supplies. Located at 3931 Sunset Boulevard, Shelby, off Highway 74 West. Online at hmiindustries.com. Call 704-434-9900. Like them on Facebook, too. To get that high grass cut down, you need an attack cat. Like a new Bobcat mower from Hojo Outdoor Power in Shelby. Jump on that grass with a new Bobcat. Come check out their line of Bobcat zero-turn mowers with financing at 0% for up to 48 months. There's nothing like a Bobcat. From Hojo Outdoor Power, 110 Grigg Street off South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Online at hojopower.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
We're going down to the Honda shop. I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
Get on your Honda and ride red during the Ride Red Summer Sales event at Honda Motorcycles in Shelby. For over 45 years, Honda Motorcycles of Shelby has been serving this area with sales, parts, and service. And now get low-rate financing during the Honda Ride Red Sales event. Use your bonus bucks on accessories, a down payment, or the Honda Care Protection Plan during the Ride Red Summer Sales event. Going on now at Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard. Online at Honda Motorcycles of Shelby.
It's tailgate season, football fans, and at Ingles, that means it's grilling season. I mean, the grill is basically shaped like a stadium. A meat stadium. Those grill grates, kind of like yard markers. The sizzle of those delicious steaks, burgers, and dogs. The roar of the crowd. So, who's hungry for some good old-fashioned tailgate food? And a hometown victory? I know I am. Ingles. Low prices. Love the savings.
Gardner-Webb University halftime show continues with Crest football, graduating high school, transferring universities, maybe pursuing an advanced degree, or returning to school as an adult. You can do it all because there's over 80 majors awaiting you at Gardner-Webb University. Paul Foster, Tim Foster back, J-Man Foster helping out as well, and it is 48-7. And before we go over the scoring summary, I understand you have some news, and it's not really the kind of news we want to hear.
Well, it's not with the Chargers. You know, we got physical there in the first half. We understand, Paul, that Eli Black may have injured his collarbone, maybe even broke it, according to some sources we've got, and that is not good. And we understand the hamstring was the Pettis injury, the lyric Pettis, and, you know, both those are concerning. That, who knows, certainly for Eli, it could be multiple weeks. The good thing for this Crest team, Paul, that's not good. That news there is not good. Good thing for the Chargers. They're a very deep team this year, so other guys will have to step up. But that's the nature of this game, Paul. Even when you're winning, doesn't matter if you're losing, winning, any part of the game, it can always happen. And it's been another physical first half of action, Paul.
Our thoughts and prayers are with both those young men, the injured players, and I know we thank a lot of the family and folks that follow our broadcasts that are certainly connected to some of those players. Well, let's quickly talk about the scoring summary. The first score came with 10:14 to go in the first quarter. It was a 2-yard rushing play by Gamble. Carson Greer hit the extra point. Crest would go up 14-0 with 5:21 to go in the first quarter. It was a wildcat play, the snap to Edwards, and then Greer's kick was good. With 2:35 to go in the first quarter, a 48-yard pass play. Most of the yardage, by the way, actually about 50 yards after the catch, was picked up by receiver Fortenberry. And then Jeanette hit the extra point, and we had a 14-7 game. Sounds interesting, right? Well, that all changed. We were down to 3 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the second quarter. Eli Hamrick on the quarterback keeper, 15 yards. Greer hit the extra point. Listen to this. Only 1:45 left to go until halftime. And we would see the power group come in the backfield, and the snap would go to Edwards. He would run 7 yards. Greer hit the PAT. Crest up 28-7. 30 seconds later, with 1:15 to go until halftime, the pitch play to the wide receiver, Majay Thompson, of 12 yards. The extra point was good, 35-7. And by the way, by now, Crest was getting the ball back on offense with excellent field position already in the red zone off of a blocked punt, off of the defense and the special teams. And then we saw the Chris Gunner interception with 1:05 to go in the second quarter, and you thought that would have been enough. The PAT was good. It was 42-7. How about one more time? Crest got the ball back, 18 seconds on the clock, and it was a 15-yard pass of Hamrick going to Melton. The PAT was no good. Tim, from the 3:12 mark to 18 seconds, Crest would score a total of 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, 34 points because they missed that one extra point, but just absolutely remarkable. Outscored them 34-0 during that stretch. And as we get ready for second half action, and remember, Paul, this is Game 7 of the 2025 season. Crest has scored 40 or more now in 5 of the 7 games so far in this 2025 season.
If Crest goes on, and I say if as if there's still a chance, I don't even care if Hunter Huss comes out here and scores a few times. Most likely, Crest is going to be victorious at the end of this night. Crest is going to go to 3-0 in conference play, 6-1 overall. And remember, they go back home to take on a team that's at the bottom of this conference. Just being honest about it, North Gaston, 1 week from tonight.
Get there early. Next Friday night, because there's going to be a lot of highlights, and it's going to be a lot of highlights most likely with the team in the white and gold or green and gold as we get ready, Paul, for our Jamie J's Pizza Factory second half kickoff.
Absolutely. The pizza buffet is out of this world. Dessert pizzas, and man, what a friendly staff. Taking it to 25 across the I should say just inside the 20, then across the 25, and brought down hard on the return was Hayes. But they've got a little bit better starting position than usual.
Yeah.
Hunter Huss will be close to the 30.
1st and 10. Remember also to our listening audience, running clock now, Paul. So it'll be it will not be anything like the first half in terms of moving slow. This will be a fast moving second half of play because of this running clock. Crest up, as we mentioned, 48-7. Great having our listeners on the coolest night, Paul, of the season so far. Beautiful night here in Gastonia.
Yep, definitely fall is in the air here tonight.
And Hunter Huss in no rush here. Looks like this time they got 2 backs.
Yeah, it makes us wonder if they're going to keep it on the ground more often. The snap goes to Presley, and yep, they'll come out running. And they're going to go to Fortenberry as he tries to go to the outside corner, and Crest defense won't let him pick up anything.
Paul, good to see. Chargers have brought in a lot of new faces here in this second half. It's great to see as this time, a nice play that time by Jameer Conady, and we're seeing a lot of Charger adjustments. Here comes Chris Gunter. He's still in there, but I think he's coming out now.
Team will be doing a fundraiser.
Yeah, I like it, Tim. Give these guys an opportunity, and they've got a chance to get some considerable playing time here in the second half.
But what about this score now? 3 minutes to go, or 5 minutes to go, excuse me. Third quarter, Lincoln now up 27-20 on Shelby. They were down 20-13 at the half. They've dominated the third quarter so far.
Big game there. Huss keeping it on the ground. Smart. The way their night's going. And again, no gain as they go to Anthony Tate.
24-7 now, 7 minutes to go, third quarter. Ashbrook over Kings Mountain. A lot of people said, is Ashbrook for real? You know, we've seen Kings Mountain kind of fly under the radar. Paul Ashbrook is going to be heading, unless there's a major comeback, to 7-0. And remember, 2 weeks from tonight, Crest Chargers at Ashbrook. Maybe one of the games of the year in the Big South.
Yeah, what a powerful finish. Think about this. After North Gaston next week, you go to Ashbrook, then you wrap up by going to Kings Mountain.
And a good chance if Ashbrook wins, Paul, you'll go to 9-0 Ashbrook 2 weeks from tonight.
Double receivers to the far side, one to the near side, the one running back as Presley and the offense wants to go back to the air for the first time on this drive. Slant thrown, and I think caught.
He got a nice catch.
Yeah, to the 41-yard line, a big play.
Yeah, number 7 is a great catch by Nazir Davis, the 6'1 junior, and 1st and 10. Nice throw by Ethan Presley, a nice catch. 1st and 10. They're going to spot it at the 42 of Hunter Huss. As we are already down to 8.5 minutes. Remember, you mentioned, Paul, in real time, an hour and a half first half. This second half may end in 30 minutes, very possibly, or less.
Crest totally in control, up 48-7 in this game. As they go back to the run, and no gain on the play. Just a great job of Crest defense being dialed in again.
Paul, South Point moves to 5-2 as they beat North Gaston 53-0. And Paul, a lot of people talked about that South Point loss last week, and I heard a lot of people feeling sorry for South Point this week. Certainly Crest played a phenomenal game. They're going to be a big factor come playoff time, no doubt about it. I think you would agree with me on that.
Yeah, a lot of tradition. They're not going to quit, hang their heads by any means. They've still got a lot to accomplish. 2nd down and 10 for Hunter Huss, just across their own 40. Short pass, incomplete. The intended receiver was Jaquan Wilson. He was on the run and just couldn't bring it in. A short pass to the 42.
Paul Ashbrook got another. So we're getting a lot of scoring updates. Their defense is dominating. They just got a safety on Kings Mountain. It's 26-7. A lot of people were saying they thought that Kings Mountain would match that physicality of Ashbrook. And remember, Ashbrook, Paul, has had a lot of issues beating Cleveland County squads. Not tonight. In control.
They'll stay undefeated if they go on to win that one. It's, of course, that'll make them and Crest the only unbeaten teams in the conference tonight.
That's what, unless there's a major comeback, that's what we're looking at heading into 3 weeks left.
Presley wanted to go back to the air, and off the fingertips of the intended receiver.
Good defense.
At the 45.
Yeah, and give a lot of credit that time, Paul. That was J.C. Hunt, the junior, who got in there to make the play.
Yeah, J.C. wears number 43. He's a junior, listed at 6'1", and a little over 200 pounds for that Charger defense.
So the Chargers do have 2 speedsters on this return as the punting unit is out. And, of course, we're talking about Mike Edwards, Namaje Thompson, as the punting unit is out for the Huskies.
Here comes Oberson Genet back in for the punt of the pigskin, presented by the Big E, Upstate Carolina's complete entertainment center, I-85 at the Gaffney Outlet Marketplace in Gaffney.
There's Edwards.
Edwards on the move. There's already a flag in the Crest backfield as he is going to take it across the midfield.
Stepped out of bounds.
Yep, they're going to mark it. If it stands, he would be at the Hunter Huss 48-yard line.
And I hope Mike's all right because he's in some pain. Looked like he might have had a little bit of a cramp that popped up as he was running. But it's all coming back because we're going to, I believe, have a block in the back or a hold that is going to be called. And that's what the side judge threw and is going to call. One minute to go, third quarter now, Paul. What a game going on in Lincoln in 27-27. And don't be surprised if that's the first of maybe 2 matchups between those 2 teams in 3A. Wouldn't you love to see that one again come playoff time? It's going to come down to maybe a possession or 2 here tonight.
Yeah, KTC Broadcasting has got our Shelby crew there tonight, Pasco and Jones calling that one along the KTC network. Burns, by the way, we haven't called their name tonight because they're on a bye week.
Yeah, will host Cherryville, Paul, I believe, next Friday night. And Brock Melton's in at quarterback now.
He sure is, and he'll go to the shotgun in that spread offense.
Crest didn't have 10 players on the field.
And here comes Michael Edwards. Good to see him back on the field. 1st down and 10 for Crest to go to work. And they'll put it in the hands of Gamble.
And he's breaking tackles.
He sure is, all the way to the 30-yard line.
And, of course, we are talking about a young man who is having a solid year. Had some injuries a couple of weeks ago. The junior running back, Malachi Gamble, number 24. 1st and 10 Chargers at their own 30.
A Mi Poblito first down. Your favorite Mi Poblito flavors will no huddles required when you order online at mipubs.com. 1st and 10 for the Chargers, now at their own 30-yard line. Melton takes the snap. It's going to be a quarterback keeper here. He's got a hole. He's across the 40, 45, 50, inside the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. This should be a Crest touchdown. And it is.
What a run by Brock Melton. And Paul, a lot of people don't realize with this young man, you don't have much drop-off in terms of speed when you put him in at the quarterback position. Boy, did he explode on about a 68, 70-yard quarterback keeper.
Yes, 70 yards. It's a made new touchdown as we switch from Wolfman in the first half to their sister business, Made New. And remember, from homes to offices, they'll leave it spotless when you deal with Made New.
I think Levi Jones is in for the first time tonight, the Crest Junior, to try an extra point attempt. There's a snap. Kick is up, and that kick is good. Providing electrical services and contracting across the region on the Fountain Electric scoreboard. It's now Crest 55, Hunter Huss 7. This is KTCBroadcasting.com.
Escape the elements and get back to comfortable with James River Equipment's Back to Cool special. Step inside a John Deere 3R, 4R, or 5E 3-cylinder tractor and enjoy the ultimate operator experience. The premium cab keeps you out of the dust, dirt, and bugs, while air ride seats and quiet climate-controlled interior lets you focus on getting more done. With up to $5,000 off and 0% financing for 72 months, there's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. James River delivers. Ends 9/26/25 with approved credit from John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
James River Equipment Company, 703 North Post Road, Shelby. The Drive into Fall event is underway at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Shelby, putting performance in your hands. Just announced, finance and get 0% APR for 72 months or $7,750 retail cash allowance toward the purchase of a brand new 2025 Dodge Charger Daytona. For details, see Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby during the Drive into Fall event.
As we come back, Levi Jones kicking again, and he didn't go deep. And, Tim, you believe there's a fumble.
We have got a fumble, and the side judge is pointing to the Crest Chargers turnover number 2 for Hunter Huss as they tried to get a little fancy with that return. It went off the jersey of the return man. Didn't quite see who may have picked that up. I did see Jack Shields was in there along with a couple of other Chargers. Of course, that is head principal Jeremy Shields, principal of Crest.
Yeah.
His son, he was in on that play. Great job. And Crest will have it after the turnover at the, again, great field position at the Hunter Huss 33.
When it's going your way, man, is it going your way, Crest all back on offense. Melton, here's a pitch play. Hold everything. The officials have stopped play.
Yeah, we've got a penalty, and Chargers getting up into double digits in penalties. That's been their only struggle tonight. And, boy, did this game change fast, so, Paul. That's really the story of this game for me. It was a 14-7 game with about 4 minutes to go, a little less than that in the first half, and Crest just took it to another level and took control, and now total domination with the running clock here in the second half.
It only took a couple of plays on that last scoring recap presented by Lovebird's Pizza. And the quarterback, now Melton, by the way, the backup, 70 yards on that rushing touchdown. And then Levi hit the extra point. Speaking of running the ball, here's Redmond back in this football game. He takes it inside the 25.
Great push and great run by Maurice Redmond. He's going to have another first down as that'll wrap up 3 quarters of play. Total domination, Crest up 55-7, Paul, after 3 quarters.
Yep, and that is on the Fountain Electric scoreboard. Stay with us. It's KTCBroadcasting.com.
Who's the full-service insurance agency that can process all types of insurance? The answer, Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency. They represent over 20 major insurance carriers, quality and top names like Auto Owners, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Liberty Mutual, and Travelers. Maxwell B. Hamrick, dedicated to its customers just like they've been since the 1950s, and also dedicated to Cleveland County high school football. Offices in Shelby and Boiling Springs. Manager Bill Daves invites you by. Big game, big appetite. Swing by Mi Poblito for the ultimate victory. From sizzling fajitas to over 100 mouth-watering dishes, we've got you covered no matter your craving. How about fried ice cream, brownies, and funnel cake fries that will score big with your sweet tooth? Come see us in Uptown Shelby or order ahead at mepubs.com. Stay connected on Facebook and Instagram at Mi Poblito Mex, because good food is always worth cheering for.
Well, when the clock restarts, a reminder, it is a nonstop running clock because we're in the fourth quarter. Here's a pitch play, and Crest is on the move. A very short game this time. That is a newcomer in the game.
That's Jaqueline Coleman, the senior receiver.
Yeah, Coleman, the senior. Good to see him in. And no gain on that particular play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 as we're underway in the fourth quarter. And if you're just tuning in, Crest 55, Hunter Huss 7.
Ashbrook, just a couple minutes ago, Paul added another field goal. They lead 29-7 late third quarter over Kings Mountain to try to stay unbeaten. And we've got a Hunter Huss player who went down and had to be replaced right before the play was going to be snapped. He's coming off the field and will be by one of the defensive linemen. Darius Dixon's in, the defensive end, in for Huss now on 2nd and 10.
Yeah, number 64, I believe it was Crump went out of him. Maybe it's just an equipment problem.
Yep.
2nd down, quick pass out of the flat, cutting back inside and nowhere to go. Good coverage by the defense, and that was Coleman again, but no gain.
Yeah, tried to get a little screen pass. Good job by the Huskies to make the tackle.
We, of course, will bring you the stadium postgame show at the end of our broadcast at the end of the game. The broadcast will continue for a few more minutes. Stamey Funeral Home of Falston is the sponsor, and Tim Foster will make plans to go down on the field and have that after-game interview with Coach Greg Lloyd.
Looking forward to it, Paul.
Crest, straight ahead run by the QB. We know Melton went 70 yards for a touchdown a little while ago. He gets at least to the 20 of Hunter Huss there.
So that'll bring up 4th and 5. They're going to spot the ball at the Husky 20-yard line. Maybe, we'll say 4th and 5 here as we are moving fast in this second half, down to 9:45 to go as Crest 9:45 away from heading to 6-1 on the season and staying unbeaten in the Big South.
Crest with the one running back, double receivers to the far side of the field, one to the near side. Of course, the backup quarterback, Melton. Here's that pitch play again to the wideout, and it is going to be just a short gain to about the 18-yard line, and I believe that was a young man by the name of James Battle.
Yeah, Battle, one of those kids, Paul, that I believe is an 8-quarter player, plays on that JV squad. And good stop as Hunter Huss will bring the offense back on the field.
Yeah, it was 4th down. We didn't get it, but it was good, as you mentioned, Tim, to see Battle in there because he's a sophomore.
Absolutely. They're going to spot it at the Huss 17 after the tackle. And that's where the Huskies will take over. Hunter Huss ball will drop to 5-3, but they're in that tough part of their schedule. They've just got 2 games left, but that includes Ashbrook Kings Mountain. So it's not going to get any easier for them, much like the Chargers down the stretch.
Non-stop running clock now. 8:39 to go in the game. Crest commanding lead of 55-7. And the starting QB, Ethan Presley, continues to run the offense for Huss. Wanted to go to the air. Short pass is caught. And this will be a decent gain to get them about 8 yards.
Yeah, nice play that time by Jerry Sutherland, the 6-foot, 165-pound Husky junior, as they'll move the chains just across the 27 to the 28.
Yeah, just enough for the Mi Poblito first down. Now we've just gone under 8 minutes to go in our game, and 1st down and 10 for Hunter Huss. Presley again wanted to go to the air, far side of the field. A short pass out in the flat. He overthrows the intended receiver.
It's been a tough night for Presley, Paul. We mentioned he was just 4 of 19 at the half. After that came, remember, after he had that touchdown pass in the early in the second quarter to get Huss right back in the ball game.
We'll be naming our players of the game at the end of this broadcast tonight, so we'll look forward to presenting those on a big night for the Chargers. Triple receivers to the near side, one to the far side. Hunter Huss, can they get on the board again before this game is over? Short passes are not going to take you far to the 33-yard line, and it looked to be Lockhart on the reception.
Actually, I believe that was Fortenberry, Paul, number 6 that time. So it's going to be 3rd and 6. They'll spot it at the 33 of Hunter Huss.
Hunter Huss bringing Lockhart and Bratton to the near side of the field. They're going to come that way. Ball is thrown and caught in the air and then wrapped up immediately. Going down is Sutherland. Very short gain to the 35.
It'll be 4th and 2 from that point. Paul, interesting thing tonight I was thinking about before tonight's game with Eli Hamrick, the senior quarterback. 31 years ago, some of our old-timer Charger faithful remember the first year Crest won their state championship. Remember his dad, who's on this coaching staff, Ryan Hamrick, was here when Crest beat Hunter Huss in the state quarterfinals. Remember that? On the way, they would beat West Charlotte round 2, one here in round 3, of course, beat Mount Tabor the next week, and then Jacksonville in the state title game 31 years ago.
Yeah, hard to believe it's been that long ago. Short pass. In and out of the bread basket of Lockhart.
Yeah, Lockhart had it, and he just couldn't bring it in.
It'll be a turnover on downs, and that means the ball will go back to the Chargers, who don't need any more points, by the way, folks, with this commanding 55-7 lead. 5:30 clock is ticking to go in our contest.
I tell you, Paul, I remember when it was 14-7, that Hunter Huss side, the band, the fans were really fired up, and it just flipped so fast for the Chargers. And when they took control offensively and really some big defensive plays, special teams plays late in that first half, and that offense now back on the field here late in control.
Yep. Brock Melton continues to run the offense now after Eli Hammer getting the break in the second half. Here's a quarterback keeper again, and just a smart play. Yep. Melton, instead of taking a hit or trying to pick up extra yards, he'll just run out at the 35.
Well, he knows that clock's continuing to run, under 5 minutes now to go.
You know what you talked about a minute ago about how quickly this game changed, and that was between 3 and 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. My hope, you remember, Crest had not scored for a little while. I was just hoping we could get up 21-7.
Yeah, I thought we could be looking at, a 2-score lead. You'd feel pretty good at the half, but, with the talent of this team, they took it up to another level and took control and dominated at that point.
Redmond on the carry. He's not looking for much. He'll just go down after 1 yard. He's one of our backup runners, the junior, number 32, Maurice Redmond.
Paul, I'm hoping to be able to grab one of the Charger stars of the game as well as head coach Greg Lowe when I head down. It takes a little while to get down to the field here at Hunter Huss. Can't go straight down to these stands. So should I make a run for it?
Yeah, make a run for it. I got a lot of scoring.
I've got some time then. I feel better now.
I've got a lot of touchdowns to talk about.
That is true.
I was hoping it would be 21-7 because it was only 14-7 before halftime. If a reminder, the halftime score ended up being 48-7.
Look out, Paul!
Look at Mr. Redmond take it to the house. We've got another Crest touchdown. I wasn't expecting that.
Oh my goodness!
The young man goes almost 30 yards. Why not give him a touchdown on the night? Mr. Maurice Redmond for the made new touchdown.
Boy, did he hit the hole there. 61-7 Crest Chargers. Been a while, Paul, since they put 60 plus up. And as we go to our Cleveland Community College sideline report, of course, a reminder, short-term job training in manufacturing, trades, and healthcare. Start at clevelandcc.edu. Here is Jones with trying to make it point number 62, but we've got a whistle and stoppage of play.
I want to remind everybody that was another made new touchdown, serving Cleveland County with professional care that you can trust. Book them today at madenewcleaningco.com.
So we're going to try this again for the Chargers. I'm not sure. I think it might have been a stoppage by the official. Remember, the long snapper is Silas McCurry. Levi Jones going to try the extra point. There's a snap to McCurry. Jones' extra point is up, and it is good. 2:15 clock running. It's now 62-7. Be ready when the next big storm hits with proper lighting and surge protection by Fountain Electric. As we mentioned, 62-7, and we're right back on KTCBroadcasting.com.
You guys having a party too?
Yeah, just having some friends over for the game. Is that safe?
More plugs, more power.
You're all ready for the game. 4 new outlets, all with USB, and the projector's hooked up to a new dedicated line.
Oh, heck no.
He likes to do it all himself, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's Bob Malarkey.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
I want you to love your plumbing as much as I love mine. That's why I want you to call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. It's fall of the year, and Olmsted Plumbing is excited about prepping for the fall season. Changing weather always triggers broken water lines and stopped-up drains. It's also time to winterize your home, service your well pump system, clean your gutters, downspouts, and storm drains. For an ounce of prevention or a pound of cure, call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. 828-245-7302. Offices at 470 Washington Street in Forest City and now at 1204 South Post Road in Shelby.
Welcome back. Time for the Jammin' Jays kickoff from the 40, and now our backup kicker, number 82, Levi Jones. He can't kick it as far, and he's not interested in doing that. It's one of the upmen at the 28-yard line, and then pushed backwards by Crest special teams. So no return, no gain by Sutherland.
Hey, I want to give kudos to our Mr. J-Man Foster, who let us know last time Crest scored 60-plus was a 61-49 win over South Point back in the 2023 season, Paul. And that was I remember that shootout over at Sid Rice Stadium. That's going to end this one. What a game tonight for the Crest Chargers, really from second quarter on, Paul.
Yeah, thank goodness for that running clock. If you're Hunter Huss and their fans, they wanted it and needed it in the second half. Our final score on the Fountain Electric scoreboard, Crest with a dominating 62-7 victory over Hunter Huss. Crest is now 6-1 overall and 3-0 in conference play. The Stamey Funeral Home postgame show is coming up. Interviews with Greg Lloyd, stats, scoring summaries, and more when Crest football continues on KTC Broadcasting.
Some people say there are doers and there are dreamers. But what's wrong with a little dreaming, especially when it's shared? With hard work, little dreams grow into big ones. At Kubota, we know that your work never stops, and we're inspired by those who dream. But our equipment is built for dreamers and doers, like you. Kubota, built for those who do.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive, Kings Mountain. Since 1968, Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs has been serving this area with a full line of automotive products, including oils, transmission fluids, antifreeze, filters, chemicals, parts, and supplies for all types of automobiles and trucks, with many brands to choose from. They sell to individuals or wholesale. Just visit the walk-in counter. Putnam Distributors, 1626 Peterson Drive off Highway 180 south of Shelby. Call 704-487-9395 or visit the website at PutnamDistributors.com. Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs, offering quality automotive parts and supplies for over 50 years.
Come see what they've rounded up at the Roundup store in Shelby. Just arrived a big new shipment of outdoor wooden furniture. See the double rockers, regular rockers, Adirondack chairs, and picnic tables too. The Roundup store has cabinets and vanities, windows and doors, and of course, those famous Roundup storage buildings and gazebos. The Roundup store, 1610 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at theroundupstoreshelby.com. Serving our area now for over 60 years. Open 8:30 to through Friday, 8:30 till noon on Saturday.
Sales for propane and heating oil. S fuel is operated, run, trusted by homes and businesses. Office located on Oakland Road in Spindale. Schedule your next delivery with S&C Fuel at 828-286-3419. It's an end of summer clearance sale at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby. Come see how easy it is for you to be a satisfied customer. On the lot right now, take a look at a 2011 Audi for $89.95. How about a 2014 Volkswagen Jetta Sports Wagon for $11,995? S&R Auto Sales has a 2017 Honda Ridgeline, $13,995, and a 2012 Volkswagen Beetle Bright Red, $10,995. See the inventory online at srautosales.com. S&R Auto Sales, 417 South Post Road in Shelby. Like them on Facebook too. Experience, quality, and guaranteed service. That's what you get from Shelby Transmission Specialists. They do straight drives and automatic transmissions. They can repair and rebuild transmissions, and they sell parts as well. So if you have transmission trouble, see the experts, Hal, Lyle, Billy, and Danielle at Shelby Transmission Specialists, 734 Nally Drive, just off Highway 226 North in Shelby. Call 704-482-8756 for Shelby Transmission Specialist. Before the big game, head to the Substation 2 for the best subs in town. And they're local folks just like you, serving Shelby and Cleveland County since 1978. The subs are so good at the Substation 2. And now delivery is available by Uber Eats and DoorDash. Just call 704-482-1220. Again, 704-482-1220. From subs to salads and more, it's the Substation 2. 611 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 8:30. That's the Substation 2 in Shelby. Since 1988, the Transportation Administration of Cleveland County, also known as TAC, is the nonprofit agency and operates demand response services for non-emergency medical transportation in this area. It also has a fixed bus route that is provided in the city limits of Shelby, and it is free. For more information, call the Transportation Administration of Cleveland County at 704-482-6465. Again, 704-482-6465. Visit the website at tacshelbync.com. For 17 straight years, Via Health Partners has been voted #1 in hospice. There's got to be a reason. Via Health Partners provides exceptional care. The comfort of their patients is their top concern, and that's why they offer hospice care wherever a patient calls home. Via Health Partners is there where you need them and when you need them. Find out more by visiting their website at viahp.org. Again, viahp.org. Voted #1 in hospice for 17 straight years. Via Health Partners, founded as Hospice of Cleveland County.
Okay, welcome into the Stadium Postgame Show presented by Stamey Funeral Home. Paul Foster back at Hunter Huss. Crest 62, Hunter Huss 7. Let's go down on the field now and join Tim.
Okay, thanks very much, Paul, with senior Chris Gunter, linebacker. And Chris, I tell you, it was a 14-7 game, and you guys just took it to another level, and that included, you were all over the field tonight. And talk about the interception. You tipped it. Your defense played really good. Talk about your night.
Man, it was a great night. It's just defense. That's what we do. Crest defense the whole game. First quarter, we was coming out a little lazy, but coaches got on us, and we realized that we need to step up a little bit. So after that, did good. Came out and played how we played Crest football all night.
You're all over the place. Everybody talks about this offense, and it's explosive, no doubt about it. But I think your defense, talk about how you guys have improved from 2024 into 2025. I know you've worked so hard during the offseason.
Yes, sir. 2024, most of the players, we was young. We was still getting into the groove. We had a couple of seniors leave. But I think everybody stepped up because now pretty much the whole defense is seniors. So we come out every week, and we know what has to be done. So we just come out here and play hard and do Crest football. Crest defense.
Yeah, absolutely. So you tipped it, the interception. What did it feel like when you knew you were heading into the end zone?
Oh, when I got that pick, I just turned on the jets, and I was gone.
Yeah.
No one was catching me. No one was catching me when I got that one.
Chris, great job tonight. Congratulations, and we'll see you against Northcastle next Friday night. Thanks so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Paul, let's send it back up to you. Thanks, Chris.
Okay, great job and great reception on the cordless mic tonight here at Hunter Huss doing its thing. And good to hear from Chris Gunner. What a defensive weapon he is, and he had that touchdown on defense. One of many touchdowns in that late second quarter. Coming up here momentarily, Tim will be speaking with the head coach of the Chargers as well. So we're going to bounce right over to that before we get into our scoring summary, and we'll still hopefully do the individual stats coming up on the Stamey Funeral Home post-game show as well. Looks like that Tim might be ready, so time for the Cleveland Community College on the field report and the post-game show. Back down to Tim.
Hey, thanks a lot, Paul. With head coach Greg Lloyd. Greg, we were just talking about it. 14-7 game, 3 or 4 minutes in the first half. Let's start to that point. You got to give a lot of credit to the opponent tonight. Huss came to play early on.
100%. It was their senior night. They showed up. I mean, I'm proud of them. You know, I love their coaching staff. They do a good job with their guys, and they come to play. And you know, in that last 4 minutes, we was able to get some momentum, made some big plays, and we kind of showed out during those last few minutes of this first half.
Yeah, talk about that. You scored 34 points in game time, a 3-minute stretch. Right. Continue that on, but that shows you the explosiveness of this offense and how even with adversity, you guys stepped it up, and I know you got to be proud of that.
And the thing about that is we can score quick, so if we happen to get behind at some point or we get in a little bit of a pickle, we can get back in the game at any moment because we got some really, really fast, good players, and they can make plays, and we're good on both sides of the ball. I'm real pleased with our kids, and we're working hard, and I do believe we're getting better, and I believe we're going to be a pretty tough out.
By the end of the night, it looks like, barring a major Kings Mountain comeback, you and Ashbrook, Crest and Ashbrook, I should say, will be the only unbeatens in conference play. But you got 3 games to go. You're the number one seed right now, or number 1 in the RPI, which you'll be. But you control your own destiny, but you got a rough road, Coach, no doubt about it.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We got senior night next week, and then we've got and then we got Ashbrook, Kings Mountain on the road to finish the season. 2 very tough opponents, and Ashbrook looks to be undefeated when we get down there in a couple weeks. So we got some big games ahead of us. I think our kids love those opportunities. I know we as Crest folks, I know we love those games. So it'll be fun, and it'll be a playoff atmosphere once we get down there in a couple weeks. But we got some business to take care of next week. But I'm pleased with where we're at, and I'm really loving these kids' effort, and we're getting better.
And just to wrap it up, these games certainly getting you ready for the state playoffs, Greg. Unbelievable matchups.
Yeah, it's going to be something. And, our goal is to we got to try to, do our very best to win out, because I know if we can somehow win out, we're going to have all our home games. So either way, I think we're in pretty good shape, because we have played a tough schedule with 2 of the tough remaining opponents. So I think our RPI is going to be very good. So I do believe we'll have a first-round bye and multiple home games if we keep doing what we're supposed to do. But like I said, pleased with the kids. I'm thankful for the Crest fans tonight. They were great, good crowd here down at Huss, and look forward to seeing everybody next week in our final home game of the regular season against North Gaston.
No doubt about it. Coach, thanks for your time, as always, giving us access to interview you, and best of luck next week against North Gaston.
Yeah, thank you, Tim. Appreciate all you guys. Y'all do a great job.
Thanks, Coach. All right, Paul, I'll send it back up to you.
Okay, great to hear the on-the-field reports presented by Cleveland Community College. Greg Lloyd feeling good about his team, and boy, shouldn't he. They went 62-7 on the road at Hunter Huss. When we come back, we'll have more scoring summary and stats to give you before we wrap up. It is the Stadium Postgame Show presented by Stamey Funeral Home. It's KTC Broadcasting.
There might be other Coyote tractor dealers in the area, but there is only one that stands above the rest, and that's Weston Sales in Vail. There's a reason they have been one of the top-selling Coyote tractor dealers in America today. Some reasons could be quality of service, friendly people, and yes, price. They will not be undersold on a new Coyote tractor. There's one waiting for you, Coyote and Weston Sales, synonymous in the tractor industry today. See them at 110 Highway 18 North in Vail. Online at westonsales.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
2 locations to serve you. That's Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal, located at 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and now at 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal will buy your junk car or even your house and come pull your own parts. New additions arrive every day. Admission fee is $2. They also buy copper, aluminum, steel, cast iron, tin, and brass. See the king of parts. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal. Open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Online at autopartsupull.com and see their page on whatsupshopper.com. Like them on Facebook too.
In Cleveland County, you might see me at a local sporting event, the Cleveland County Fair. We might cross paths at the grocery store or at the next benefit. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local professional when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on most. I'm Bert Kostner. Call me at 704-482-2436 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote. And to learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money, be sure to ask for me, Bert Kostner, 704-482-2436.
Check out the Big E Gaffney, Upstate Carolina's complete entertainment center, located at Exit 90 on I-85 near the Gaffney Outlet Marketplace, complete with a large arcade where you can test your skills on some sensational game selections. The Big E also provides an 8-screen premium movie theater featuring new releases, and it's the perfect spot to host a birthday party. There's even a 16-lane bowling center, a snack bar where, man, the pizza's so good, plus laser tag, mini golf, and a massive indoor playland. Find out more at thebigEgaffney.com.
Bradley's now is a bucket truck. What does that mean? That means they can now install outdoor signs, even outdoor lighted signs. Talk with them about designing, creating, and installing your new sign. And of course, see them for logo designs, vehicle lettering, banners, magnets, trophies, plaques, acrylics, t-shirts, and more. They are now truly your one-stop shop. Bradley's, 2522 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at bradleysinc.com. Like them on Facebook too. Your Train dealer for Cleveland County and the surrounding areas is CSI Mechanical. And right now, Train is offering some great fall specials, like up to $600 in rebates for qualified Train air conditioners and furnaces, up to $2,000 on qualified Train heat pumps, and up to $1,200 for other eligible expenses, like electrical upgrades for heat pump installations. Find out more. Call your local Train dealer, CSI Mechanical, 704-600-6267. Online at csimechanical.com, located at 410 South Post Road in Shelby. The service specials in the service department at Marburger Chevrolet have been extended. If you missed out, you've still got time. Check out their Super Saturday Oil Change Special. Regular $79.95, but now just $59.95, Saturday mornings only. Also, North Carolina inspections are just $10 every day. Looking for a pre-owned vehicle? Prices started at $9,900. Ask about 0% APR financing on new cars, SUVs, and trucks. That's Marburger Chevrolet, 200 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at marburgerchevy.com.
We're back live with our coverage of Crest football at Hunter Huss. And again, if you haven't heard this final, another big night for Crest. You thought they did something when they hung 42 on South Point last week in the victory. Tonight, 62-7 over Hunter Huss. You are listening to the Stadium Postgame Show presented by Stamey Funeral Home of Fallston. Paul Foster back with Tall Tim. And we're going to go over a few more things and name our players of the night before we wrap up. It's such a long scoring summary that I won't give you everything. I'll just mention that the first TD of the night was a short run by Gamble. Then you had a wildcat play that went to Michael Edwards. That was his first of a few touchdowns in this game tonight. Eli Hamrick, he started something for us. It was a 14-7 game with 3:12 to go until halftime. And after that 15-yard touchdown by Eli, we went up 21-7. I'm thinking, okay, at least we've got a 2-touchdown lead if we take that into the field house. But would you believe before we went to halftime, it was 48-7 Crest because of special teams and defense. And, Chris Gunner had an interception for a touchdown. We had a partially blocked punt. We had a pitch to Thompson for a touchdown. On and on we could go. And let's give credit, Tim, in the second half to 2 more Crest touchdowns that we didn't even need. Melton on a quarterback keeper of 70 yards with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. And then into the fourth quarter, we would see our backup running back, and that was Maurice Redmond on a 29-yard touchdown. And also a good job by our backup kicker, who is Levi Jones, as he hit both of the extra point attempts, and he helped out to give, of course, Carson Greer a rest at the end. Tim, what a night of scoring, what a performance by Crest.
Yeah, as head coach Greg Lloyd mentioned, Hunter Huss came to play early on, but Crest took it to whole nother level when it came late in that first half. And as you said, what was a 14-7 game quickly became 28-7, 35-7. 42-7, and they just kept going. Special teams did it. You heard Chris Gunter talk about it. This defense, he had an interception, made plays. Crest had dominated starting field position tonight in this ball game as well, and just a tremendous performance, and we saw what this team can do. By the way, quick update, under a minute to go. Shelby 27, Lincolnton 27. Shelby's got the ball.
Wow.
But there's under a minute. Can they get down? Of course, a lot of people may be listening to that game. Some people may not be. But we have got a battle, Paul, and, what we've talked about, we thought those two teams could make a lot of noise in 3A, and we're seeing that tonight. And, of course, Crest made a lot of noise tonight offensively with this dominant win in the game.
And, of course, you can stay tuned to KTC Broadcasting Online, where you can see scenes of many of tonight's game, or you can go to 92.9 FM, or in Shelby and Cleveland County, 101.5 FM, and hear Kevin Hastings, Chip Carter, and the group give you that the postgame show.
Yeah, and they're going to be talking about this one. This is a shocker to me, Paul, not to take anything away from Ashbrook. It's 43-7 Ashbrook.
Over Kings Mountain.
Over Kings Mountain. They just picked up a fumble and ran in. That's a surprise to me. I thought that would be a clue, but it tells you, Paul, that the Crest Chargers have got their hands. What a game that's going to be 2 weeks from tonight is all I'm going to say. Yeah, you better get there early for that one. We'll be there.
Yeah, we're going to be providing coverage. You can count on that. We'll get there extra early. We'll be back in Gaston County, Gastonia, 2 weeks from tonight. Okay, Tim, let's name our important players of the night. And first of all, let's begin with the offensive player of the game, presented by Marburger Chevrolet.
Yeah, we're going to go with Junior Brock Melton. Had a touchdown reception, he had a 15-yard touchdown reception, also a 75-yard touchdown run. This young man, remember, he started the year, missed the first couple of games with that shoulder injury he had from baseball season. Really getting it together. Special player in this Crest offense.
Yeah, his dad was so beloved, and of course, sadly passed away on us last year, and I'm so glad he's carrying on that Melton name. A great performance tonight.
Absolutely.
Okay, over to the defensive player of the night for Crest, and that is made possible by Marburger, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram in Shelby.
Well, we talked to him, and that's the senior 5'10", 215-pound linebacker, Chris Gunter. Interception, return for a touchdown. He had to be in on at least 10 to 12 tackles. He leads the team in tackles, and just such a big part of this team when he's out there and healthy and playing well.
Gunter had that touchdown to take the lead to 42-7 with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go in the second quarter when he picked that one off and went that yardage amount. And he was a big, important part of us in this game tonight as well. Now to the overall player for Crest tonight, made possible thanks to SNR Auto Sales.
Well, we're going to go with senior quarterback, and he did it again, Eli Hamrick, Paul, and he did it with his feet, with a couple of big runs. He did it with a couple of touchdown passes. He just continues to impress, and certainly I think, probably a top 10 player in all of 5A, and he's shown why he's a special player tonight, and really led the Chargers in another big victory on the road here at Hunter Huss.
Congratulations to the overall player of the night. And that, of course, Eli Hamrick. Not the first time we've given that to him. So we wrap this one up, and the good news for Crest is that they get another victory in conference play, and they stay there with Ashbrook, as both teams are now going to be 3-0 in conference play. We're 6-1 overall. And Tim, a reminder that we'll have coverage of Crest football online again next week on KTC when North Gaston comes to Crest for what'll that be, senior night?
It'll be senior night, final regular season home game, and the Chargers will host the 1-6 North Gaston Wildcats, and we'll be on at 7 o'clock. We're heading to overtime. Shelby, Lincoln, Paul, extra football in Lincoln. What a game. tonight in that big conference matchup.
All right, Kevin Hastings and the guys will not be able to at least go on 101.5 FM just yet because that's where the Shelby game is being covered tonight. So we're back at you. I think I'm going to be away next Friday night, but hopefully Rob Roop will be back and join Tim for that broadcast. If we need to bring in anybody else, we'll work on that, but we'll continue our coverage of Crest Charger football on KTC, as we said, with North Gaston's game next week. 2 weeks from tonight at Ashbrook, and after that, going to Kings Mountain. So, man, there's going to be some barn burners down the stretch.
Well, you think about it, only two teams now, Paul, and they're good ones. Even the ones with one loss and two losses are pretty solid. The Big South's going to make a lot of noise in the playoffs, but still a lot to decide a conference champion here in 2025.
Well, we're going to get ready to wrap it up for Hunter Huss. We appreciate their hospitality of having us tonight, and what a tremendous performance that we will long remember between the last 3 to 4 minutes of the second quarter tonight, when Crest went from only a 14-7 lead to have a 48-7 lead at halftime. It will be one of the most special moments in Crest football history, and it's all due to the fact of how they got all those touchdowns in a matter of a few minutes.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, we know how explosive this offense is. They came out, and you heard Chris Kenner talk about it. Felt like they lost a little focus there late in the first quarter, but when they got it going and they really flipped the field, their defense did it, set their offense up. And I don't think, Paul, we talk enough about Carson Greer and the special teams and return team for Crest. All three of those facets make this team a 5A state title contender, but a long way to go here in 2025.
Special thanks to all of our sponsors, including sponsor of the quarters, leading us through that fourth and final quarter tonight with the clock running, Utility Tree Service, where Chargers were better, providing free quotes. Visit their Facebook page. You've been listening to the Stadium Postgame Show presented by Stamey Funeral Home. Tim, thank you for filling in for Rob in the color position.
Good. Well, good to be with you tonight. I want to say hey to our good friend Rob Roop. Again, Paul, happy birthday this weekend, and great working with you tonight. Great job by the Chargers, and big thanks to all of our sponsors.
Thanks to you as well. We also want to thank R.J. Roop for his work along the sidelines, giving you those scoring video clips online. J-Man Foster for all the scoring updates throughout the night. Stay with us on KTC Broadcasting as we'll switch over to the post-game show presented by Full Throttle Power Sports. Kevin Hastings, Chip, and the group will be giving you all the finals and games that are not yet going to final, kind of like Shelby and Lincolnton that are playing in overtime. Anyway, Crest wins here tonight. Crest football on KTC. Again, the final score, Crest 62, Hunter Huss 7 for the entire gang. I'm Paul Foster. Good night for Crest Chargers football.
The Clay Barnett Funeral Home in Shelby gives you 5 reasons to choose acclimation over cremation. Acclimation is a gentle, dignified process. It's a process that uses 95% water instead of fire. 20% more ash remains are returned to the family. It is a green process with no emissions and no harmful greenhouse gases. And acclimation prices start at $25.95, and payment plans are available with credit approval. Consider acclimation, exclusively offered by Clay Barnett Funeral Home. Online at claybarnett.com with locations at 303 Pfeiffer Road, Kings Mountain, and 1401 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. It's the 101st Cleveland County Fair, September 25th through October 5th. Plan now to bring the family out for a big night of fun. Entertainment includes the Majestic Spectacular Thrill Show, Canines in Flight, the High-Flying All-American Frisbee Dogs, the Magic of Lance Gifford, Act Monsters Chainsaw Art, and the Demolition Derby. And Right Off for Rides will be back with over 40 exciting rides. And, of course, the many food vendors, games, livestock, and other attractions. The 101st Cleveland County Fair, September 25th through October 5th. Y'all come. It'll be fun. Cleveland Funeral Services in Shelby is proud to serve the people of Shelby and the surrounding communities with traditional funerals, memorials, celebrations of life,